before we take okay. So okay to the yasi the rope. Obi so the way the crime no kroko.
And when you tell say na we ready be am kasa no. Green face be watch how we program no. Me tell one na MC Opare. So na MC Opare. Adum hene ketwa. And MC say oh my jata na kure. Now ofre me so boss you e da say o twam a o ne obatan. Brania servo. Capo. Me call lunch. Almost 7 akoko no matoto no. Me do yamo was kasa de obejina ha kraji biare. And me kwa no mo ye me heavy. Na me say me dey take away no me say me nyina ho ani na.
Mami we no young comra.
Na
that's young comra bobo so mami. Na abidafo no na we abem na question of the day so aba.
Mami no 29 so yeah ina no mahe.
Yeah baba so nti mami we no bobo we no so mami na young comra.
Haxa mixture and Haxa capsules e kan ho ane di djumadi no and also etimi da bre ye tie fo no chief Kojak farmer mesra wa da se nei yade bi e hawa okọ makati o mabuwa na bibia so etimi akọ kama ediama natural company limited e kan ho bia den sempa enso etimi nam cement vital herbal mixture and capsules wo mo kan ho bi na djumadi ye so etimi ediabo ko mixture no e wo dwaso ntia no akọ akopebi enom enso etimi anum Lawson Beverages Limited Dr. Lawson no pay nurse nupani nyan e wona kacho bako now sweat me akwa gibi emulate herbal supplement and some etimi akantanka dra wonos etimi da ba eboama system no and also etimi gina brand power specialist herbal hospital jama me doctor edia ya beboa na bibia so etimi akwa kama yade bi ateto no kwa webo high sense for say the omama refrigerator sound so on a television and mpo ayade so appliances no and also etimi afuntu bako makache no akwa gibi Solak Natural Clinic Dr. Solomon no was a brand no fanu brand aban and also intimi ensaw ya de betway bet influencer no obiade no wagim ti fa wugim na bibia nya kama Benjamin Dental Clinic say men kan fancho osafa say ebramo na omunde wujuma enso 18 fama OPK Dynamic Enterprise enso say eba phones and accessories wo ba na kache no ba bagibi na ma bibisa say udompemu ete say wabatwe ojoint no say hawa Dr. Ba ana be ko ba hospital ana be ko na almost wetu aboa Alaska Star Enterprise tia dem and also etima bibia kwa kama and so etima ya dem midimafo herbal center doctor at the time to ya de no stroke nyoje oba ya what the time to so na bibia ay kama edama Best Brain Publication Limited nti enkwara na esua de enya ama bibia ay kama dem abusua Tabia Ba Company Limited Tabia Ba Company Industries woman takum na ba eti weekend unya takunu bi akopa bi no na bibia etimi nya kama otafra beboa na bibia eto kama ekoma ya na man kama sam so yade obi benya wa yade afese kom so dewa mesra de yafunu na age ayeme Kivo 4-in-1 gare soki mix no e wo dwaso bakwa akwajo de na onso atima didi ama bia ay kama enu achi Kivo hot pepper no enso so aduane bia wo ye bia no wo betimi ade awram ama bia kama Charistic Company Limited say Zahara Mr. Ana Zahara G capsules no omodi aba kopebi no na bibia anya kama enfama awemrei nyankopon ade no wosan ade adom odi for someone nti the ten say e free adwoda ekokosi memenda de odi for someone prayer and counseling center ana beko no akwa akobompa ama bia kama ade ama Dr. Amuzu ade Amuzu garlic bitters and also etimi de abejas konumbi na emu anempo ayade say umoja no secretary na bibia so etimi enko kama Capo the Supremo
ye na say e wo ho na afi yemra your question of the day we Amuzu P question of the day en ye shara project na ni nkomo Amuzu P no ebeboa ama say utie me yo ba we bema na nnuama nkoye e wo ase ono mbia rashes bi gugu nkomo no so utiti na ye kro nya kono kra wo nya Amuzu P ni bia eno ebetimi aboanti Amuzu P ana osiamfa question of the day emra baby ato odro bia no benya bi enso atimi ato hye no so say Dr. Amuzu ana de abedama so no ana mama ana mema ye nduma die e wo mpem ana afe ye nkomo no so nkomo enso ebe neat ama wa ye kama jesa wonya bi na afe nuama ye kama de ma doctor enie wo se ye musa ne anopay se Charles fans no abranche ne friend Nicholas Jackson no ye monton ana asembia mun keep no eno eye Dr. Amuzu ene sie musa asemwe ene anopay nti uye Charles fan na utie na anopay abranche ne friend Nico Jackson mubaton ana mumpani phone keepi na gara phobia dwinchenie we earlier post no we ya sebe amakoma mfie wose ese Charles mu keepi no and monkey p eno eye dode aba obrempon cp obrempon eye nsɛmtwerɛni formerly of Adom FM Angel, a senior man on or say gift. He should be given as a free gift to any club that needs him. Next, young fanning chakra, free gifts. And I was Pedro Amadin as I saw him fast cry. Montono Manunko, Nanako Visa, good morning. Or say, fancy this Nico guy. Chelsea have to gift him to one of the smaller clubs in Europe. Like Barca and your small club. Hey, Chamai, Nabuchem, no, Edward de Abba, where wisdom say by Osimhen and South Jackson, and Edward de Abba, Latif Zaid say his malam is hard, so you can't sell him. Hey. Naze was it ni malam no what day pa kwa baby wafano emu say future boy say loan him to Leeds United womo emfa nko loan Paul Amolika as a loan him to Asante Kotoko eno eyedo so de aba sechi anane riches say loan him to Kotoku Royals was even that he will still be benched. I know Edward Abba Luis Figo or say young loaning of Franco Manchester United. Okay, one so channel no Nana Yao Beniaku a free was say package as a gift for Manu and so at the end no enti oren confadrencha womu echaneze obia chese yanton na yemfa no Samuel Sasua Jekum was a soul to who Omontoma wine and dene one so a day abba a far asamoa was say uncle loan and obebo and now kakwajo Socrates as I saw him woman eton ebeboa joy a Japan soul to Manchester United and dode abba Amaleba Christopher was it terminator's contract munkam na for unfan and incha before na uncle and no some no Wahid Abubakar says soul all day yantono Godfred don't cause jelly no
onye Chelsea ni Capo
was munjeli crime ben wa committee onye jail
Godfred nye Chelsea ni me there Godfred say one try the club on kan onye Chelsea ni onye Chelsea ni
also
jail last summer kan Godfred baby obi me there try club asi ho bra
so munjeli Jackson
so be try ba so be Liverpool fo na Liverpool fo onye Chelsea ni
Azamuni hey
girlfriend onye
Chelsea ni oh na we Liverpool ni ala
amabuya yo
over time Facebook post na say eno me koso
what am tea
na I'm a young pokopis ko sell it
Debbie
it use my
yes no sell him why sell it yes no
or this year banana do say they should give 10 years contract to Nico Jackson Sylvia Chelsea okay Sylvia Kennedy say keep him George Abanji keep him everything will be fine Raymond don't cause sell afei mahu say Kwesi Jaru and so say I'm Jaru from Konongo sell it to Barcelona. Oh, Jaru. You can't say this here. Abubakar, good morning. Watching you live from Wa. Okay, Gabi, I am Blacko. I say, let him be a kid man in the club. David Kontasi, keep him. Calvin Apia Kubi, I say, jail him a beg. As someone Boateng say, beat him. Ajani Boateng say, chia, not Chelsea material cry. Only him. More of the Chelsea players are not. Jose Maria said they should keep him. Afei Mawisa Inzonzi as quality players pioneer. Alfred Donko as Alfredo sell him fast. Afei Dominic Sapon say he's not a footballer. Okay, he's a movie actor. Anonos Ediaba or say Richmond Benson say not good at all. Kwame Alo as sell him why? Omar Abubakar as sell him to Manchester United. Anonos Ediaba Xavier Kennedy say he will improve with time. Sack him and Gusto will play. Okay. Anonos Ediaba Choco Clet as a terminate his contract. Magaji as he beat him. I would do phobia and so Shefi Bokrom Zongo sell him. Kenabensi keep him. Anonos to me Ediaba.
Whoa, I mean say we a Gabi Blacko. was say let him be a kit man in the club. On say Jesus near day. Woman sano na onye kit man. Calvin Apia could be said, jail him, I beg. TDMK. Sonny Gonzalez saw him, Montono Manunko. And no don't so dear, but news a new Barbie Rem. But almost show my dream.
Jill, yeah, Montomba, Facebook, and so be said, has a Montonma has. We said, Montonma, Kotoko.
It was your Fanko Kotoko Royal.
Yeah. I don't know your buffo. And the blue also to miss a comment to a better Fanny Panera.
And yes,
before Kakra.
Okay.
Before the
comment will be the ABMZ Dinipa was without wasting much time. They should poison him. Oh, cool, Charlie. Jackson never fat. Munyaboche.
When is a messy in the first game for Argentina the record? The first game for Argentina the record. Most of the players are to be brave.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make a point say Jackson first game in but Jackson incident, yes, people have made mention of Newcastle record Okunya and all that, but we'll hang around that story and look into it.
Yeah, for sure. Ti yaba kwama no ne aba na afi wa PBB adi ubaja abe ye ho adwuma na bibia so ayekama Steven so e wa around Liver Pardon wa bedu bibia be fine ti yaba kwaba
guys be on carry Freeman name Rashna and na Shatawale and Ura Shatano on carry there boys yama bobudin for no hino kra who say boys be kuma ho betwo
fantastic
obo yitire okwan no ho anointing service omo fried rice ni momo ne sa ankrofo no omo last me twema ko bibia ni a omo yi mi na me omo yi wie ne masere ne magye me ho because Capo betimi 3 days ayi me
no kra
omo che betimi kasa sa ntimi kra me say ese me fa no boys ya de board so kwa you are 5 cities no fast na open temako boys is so we need you kwa kwesi say
we have no be carry mu ni ade a tete wafno ho
omo timi me ho ya fe bro so
omo do be ko yo mo land
me ko me wash me ma ho say niema
anu ama afauta
chale omo so de boss yi
ya could me kika no bo ko no fe no de ayi bi be chese tete animu
omo de boss 5 minutes
no we
ko blood ko Yusufu no wie
ayi say tete na je de odi se kan to bo no
so no wie Russian but tete ho sa 10 days no wie Capo ya cha boys no
omo na no pay and obi o money 10 na no pay the whole Ghana baby
yes it's so
ye be kwa mono na de mono ni sebra to so Sharak ya mompaya no pay na fi yenko amono nimra na yento aso Infrio high Wontumi 101.3 Wontumi TV Wontumi Sports Weekend Edition airborne yankomra
Angwa juma no you Yame wo hoda se uji dia obeya juma asachre ni no you Yame wo hoda se uji dia obeya juma ye bompaye shamachi shra Yehuwa ilahenu Yehuwa ekat we ahata et Yehuwa Elohika bika Luvika, Uvika Naveshika, Uvika Miyodika, Tode Yashak. In English, in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Capo. Capo chairman. Yes. Gotama taboku kasamu se messages and benyo bia say hey o chairman ya de pa say watch me assemble. Yes kwara bi kwame ho hene papa me.
Na guess it is okay how guess no me say guess no me say How many boys this year? But say girls they say. Wontumi sports no. I number 1.
Chewa. To my nano play details in no. Yet on some at the Club World Cup results games and no across so and Rafa ne games Barcelona. Yet on some at the best woman after who later and no if you on my day Ben Revia Copuma Numre Ben now who match games and no Basso Benfica. Womu Bomade Omni Auckland City game no and no Ebasoma Benfica says 6 Auckland City Omo and so Intimante Di Maria Nom and so Bomade to Tontrana and Kama 2 goals Niante and no other tournament. I don't say no Emma was shown so near Piemo I game of Flamingo Omni Chelsea then Bonia Chelsea team no Womotana Sema Flamingo Bomo Ekamian Samotekano Emu Ebako Henrique Ebogo Emma and the Flamingo and I fed Danilo no and some Bako Erekawa Yatem Aunsempi Adebanti go Sinino a branch of Wallasian and so for 1 Erekawa Mania 3 at the Emma Tima Yafenis Flamingo and I fed Neto Atekano Mubako de Emma Chelsea the Blues as a gameway Nicholas Jackson in a red card no Ewom Yadon Samno at the Ebenano Peosono so Urem Ewa Los Angeles Womu and some club no more and express the Tunis from Tunisia Womu Gameba so Yusuf and Balali and a Bogo in the 70th minute no as them Esperance with the details Ewom Africans say yeah Bomade Esperance and Afe Mamlodi Sundowns team no Womu Abo Juma Paiba Remna Fe yet the one come Ahumachi and Yanya Bayamunchin Omone Boca Junior a Gameba so Bayern for no and some Leshem Yenu Hurricane Ebo go 18th minute no and after Michael Olise 84th minute no and some Leshem go back at the Emma team and friends of Bayern Munchen Ebo Boko no a game no said Yama and some Lesia Kwaya don't some no at the Emma and at the Inter Womu any Orawa Red Diamond from Japan Womu Gabriel Basso 7 p.m. and no more debo and Mamelodi Sundowns for Masandawana Woman Dortmund game no and on 4 p.m. and Mamelodi Sundowns team no Womu and Dortmund debo and Yebenya and Fluminense Womu and Osan HDFC Womu game at 10 and also my Basso where a club World Cup matches and no ebet me about so later sinina no and ya dem manano pe e so no so ye remna fia to so no game and no eba so reactions e be mu and them game no nyama e course so asarak obema me Flamingo de Chelsea game and no e course so enra obehu se Chelsea game no e course nyina no Nicholas Jackson enya red card o game and no so etime course so na Nicholas Jackson there so dem osi ye na duma e wo pitch no so etem ama Chelsea ni supporters na Jabruta wa wutie Wontumi sports and na anopeya ye busam as a boy omontono and asem ye omonki pino because boy debia important game at Chelsea enya points na wakodi red card na fe watwa wadiagu na Chelsea team no affect womo na unim se enra after second game no eba na wie ye anafe enkoma no anso akoso coach ye fa no Enzo Maresca o incident ni na striker debia obebuli ene defender and our opponent debia red card na udi when play offense enra abranche fani se ne Nico Jackson and some nakoya ya onya red card de highlight no atem emanano pe e show no so na unim se star in the incident anom nakoso no and Mikalobi and kase we legend at the Chelsea Football Club bia twam na ono ane jam e won finfini na ono so Chelsea for dinner temper Mikalobi eduba bi Mikalobi jebo na ode be call ani ma no adana ni no ode aba twam no peja na o he Don Terry na ode ko na fe wo peja leko wai na waje na manfo dinner dia kwanya bo a ontimi fan konanim da bia ya de ne bebo na Mikalobi on de na red card on GB said Nico Jackson GB na enra ne bufu pa enra one filter ne was no oko straight ekon dinner time okasa very stupid mo fan chame water o yusu ya anonos Argentina striker de bia Chelsea book game important matches na what the red card Chelsea Newcastle na Chelsea RSNA wo mu ebenya points qualify for Champions League ukoti red edu ba bia we striker also comport ho na onsam akwawe enrun action no na very stupid one of filter word bia I will issue enrun na boafu legend and I say club ene legend nom ana ede kakra to da yentie John Mikel Obi kakra odi to da botre legend nya botre ma Nico Jackson ebefa etem amane no die front ma deba mame Enzo Maresca coach at the Chelsea team no in terms of players and no try say obe yusu our pitch no so the to da as the right ones and we yusu for game planner na wa so de ebe rem e game no mti o hwe se den ra enuama enso mesiko agropama no so a wono so beka se ne select no ye players so choose do mu ko game no no the best ones and ne wono enso na choose ye na ro ya to da Sir James Madjuma wo mu eboy e agropama no so no ade so no as a manager nani eje ho Dario nom ne Andre nom na me adoma future o benya chance no abo ade ama Chelsea the Blues what them I want some PD atuda was say o mo try something new anra senko o mo beye nafe eno so ye kama ade amo mo for next season wo mo ekoda tactics coach no adem ebe remo next season wo mo try say enko mo be ball against Flamingo nemom anuama nkoye obe congratulate team no so mo abomoden amanuama enso akoye pa coach IFN Enzo Maresca ekasai.
We try something different for the future, for next season, a new system. But overall, I think they deserve to win the game.
Yeah, and now obviously you have to go and face Tunis. You need this win in order to advance. What can you learn from this game, knowing that Flamengo was arguably your toughest competition in this group?
No, you can always learn things from games, from training session. Now, as you said, we have chosen the game that we need to win if we want to go through the next stage. But now we need to, recover a little bit energy because playing every 3 days is tough, especially also with exactly. But yeah, we're gonna be focused on choose the game and trying to win.
And one thing I've been asking a lot of the European managers players is about the South American teams because they've been really performing at high level. Do you think that now they're finally getting some acknowledgement, maybe that some people weren't paying attention to them? Or do you think maybe it's also the fact that you guys played a full season already and fatigue is a factor for you and the European sides?
I don't know. I don't know the answer. The only thing I can say is that they are a very good team, not only Flamengo. In South America you can find many good teams. And I don't know if the season or not, but I think that they deserve to win the game today.
Lastly, I just want to ask you about the fans in the stadium. They were incredible. You have to give them credit for that.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a nice environment.
Maresca on red card, woman says red card nick change game nana and was say or no and subet me akase on to me and can't be faho na do Kenya no and it's boys aye adwuma enom Flamingo team no into the aseda and so and I say congratulations no and so be call adiamomo woman says or concern be about the red card and also red card no na a red card when it be beka and so I found referee no enyani ye eno the coach no adi to very sincere eno a report for no whatever na unim say enra our IG ye game no ana adventure na friend say Nico Jackson eco post your IG ni story na do de koto no SM opa obia to club no ni teammates and afa coaches and afa supporters and mo monitor and the game no was opa obia to adia wono som na no anu no ho ata so dia chopa and some aba what they awonsam no de boss wo take a full responsibility awanra Chelsea omulusa no and some kwaso de awonsam no de ba wo se ora ni se kwa bia so no obaba stronger na afi waba abe defended a badge of Chelsea and we are very sorry and no ayene Nico ono so de dia what dem atudu adonsam no afi ema na no pe e so no so na unim se Nico and so reporter eba ne sa chopa pa no ye game no obama me Moises Caicedo wono so much as a boy no enya pacho a ye mfa no because one shada SNA wono ensom ebetimi akotwa e the red card say ne aba momfa ncha so botas ni nyina no ana afi the teammates and mo amaka nyina momfa ncha Nico yentie Caicedo.
Because for sure he didn't want to do that. It wasn't on purpose, but yeah, we are with him, supporting him because he's very important for us.
How is he feeling at the moment?
Yeah, he's sad. For sure he's sad. He didn't want to do that, as I said, but this is football, can happen sometimes. he said sorry because for sure he didn't want to do that. It wasn't on purpose, but yeah, we are with him, supporting him because
winner ubehu na wakoya bibi na Chelsea team no elusu game no jobe kan kra aduatre Nico Jackson said Nico eso improve enom aye ene Marco Corella eno after second game no eba na wi ono so na kakra atudwa yentie nsama ode atudwa.
He tried to win the ball and have the bad luck that he kicked his leg, and that's it. He need to maybe he's a young player. He have a lot of quality. He need to improve a little bit these kind of things. But we are here to learn and to moving forward.
Did he apologise to the group?
Yeah. He after the manager speak, he wanna say like sorry. He don't do on purpose, and that's it. He's a very important player for us, and we miss in the next game, but this football. It's very sad. I think he tried to win the ball and have the bad luck that he kicked his leg, and that's it. He need to.
Nibre Elsom about Chelsea for no. As on next game against Tunis for years, Tunis of experience. Nami Adoma, woman here say ne omu enya a draw against years Tunis and then be a run of 16 or woman Chimiako, no woman draw. And so etia and the experience team na. Udim say either say Ome face Bayern Munchen and I say Benfica and a Boca Junior team no and no a reporter Banti Chelsea for no woman Juma ye ne say Cole Palmer so a more day at the Marco Palmer the last 25 matches no at the Mark club and country Cole Palmer just one goal and one and also no na a penalty and what you to say one also Ochia a more day pa as Marco Palmer no a kakrefi Cole Palmer so ye at them a day later singing no nano pay also no our answer no mame Auckland City for one about Club World Cup na almost first match in Bayern about 10-0 almost 10 abromo entimi antebako kra Enra Benfica echi womo bomo 6 womo ensom remo over 2 matches na womo consider 16 goals in the 2 club games womo and as a River Club World Cup and of course 2 matches no 16 goals and womo ensom consider womo team to atena ba said the Enra na new team ka say sa club tournament here and of course as a FIFA ehwem na fe teams bi o wa ye womo edwomo sinche because ba tournament na fe 2 matches J10 and I say 16 and the goals are hard pa. You are players in a B a messing for a B a factory operators. There's a players who Messi Academy Auckland City for there's a more bono ultimately club no more NTSF as en komo about tournament to nemo and some not my betnamo we send me bet my kama at the nemo no and him Guasiani Jano Moje Manchester the Spanish Football Federation. Yes, Nyami Adoma 2029 Club World Cup no. Yes, Ombese Omoje na from hosti and Spain and the actor said Nyami Adoma 2029 Club World Cup and Betimi Akosono Womu Yase Ometimi Aje Womo Samete Omo Bede Yako say a bill Munsam Betimi Akanafe Wometimi Abo Juma and Nyama Kama Ajamo Manchester Nations no Woma start Omo Bede from USA Yase Tremo Spain Africa Yase MBO Omo Betimi Edibi and some Abraham Rabia said a World Cup Yenya Bio South Africa and FIFA Club World Cup and so Biaso SM African soil Yasu Nebie na unim say Enra ewo game Bayern and some Bayern Yamo Mama so womu ebo modern ebo 2-1 against Boca Junior team no and no game across the same kase woma qualify awomu and some echo anima esa basobodiam and yadema and the team and friends Bayern Munchen na unim say Michael Olise Enra what them Bayern Munchen Boboko no na already 2 matches our ball our club warrior and Kosua was 3 goals and why assist no Maku mienu dem amatima your friends Bayern as a boy no and some aduma so obo at Emma Bayern Munchen was 3 pa and Michael Olise reporter and from Mateba don some no at Jonathan Ta Enra mistake I buy mo consider go no Jonathan and Enra o said the action is equal on TV no o footage na dasuna ultimate my player no and some between no now also taking a full responsibility when radio see organize a trio and some ye and no account be na Emma Enra when we etime consider the name no when we say umbe make amends nothing next time bia what me aye na juma na ye ni ye and no do dia tuda na ma Vasan company one year coach them by Munchin Boboko no was say a tough game pa and Enra and no course so game the name was pa was one said European teams no woman also American teams in the museum dendefa Enra woman train because Kofono na omu aji game no ma jide musa ne tawe and ya say no mo ayo imagine say omu jam diama bayen na odi atuda sam Enra woman manage emotions ye our pitch no so and Enra game and of course no omu finish game no very mature and tesa na nka be hadwen and no edene wodi atuda sam Enra it was a solid and a performance and a club no and so done a very difficult game and no I manager I fan of Vasan company them to do some no of the Emma Busan say qualification secured say what qualify who call him run of 16 buying for no manya duo na next game no against Benfica you benya rotation say players he what them and the players ni be about starting 11 now when you be a few musa de beya mo betimi arrest players ni be now next game o mabo and Vasan company says our question now some training ebusa no I don't like the word of rotation the priority and it's in the team no and so ebe winning as a group omunyina no wo your players at the buy and boboko no and just a wake up na we ba me sem here we and first starter oni wo na obi be shema ono no we surplus to requirement no the manager no and so member so bete na do can say before sem here wo mebo Benfica game no physically wo mo ebe players no mo ya feta wo mo ebetimi abom eno ano no enso beginam edo mo agina game no abo no Vasan company kakra wadem to do some no live on Wontumi 101.3 and afa Wontumi TV Wontumi sports no and I want some live on TV no digital and afa satellite and pay Facebook no so Wontumi TV adem wow what do message no fawa ya be kan adama mama hurricane ni ani nkoma Enra obomoden atwatena adema bayen eboboko no na ose performance ne de na enya small boys game and of course so na game no omo yire omo ho boy ema nioma ye kama atmosphere no ensom ekoyie ade emomo na omo shia opponent na ye very tough opponent ono no kra no duo kan is the first half no na nkomo hwesem ambia goals no ebetimi aye 3-4 goals our first half kra na nkomo de wie game no na mom omo ko manim no say hey game no a tough game papa game no very difficult ano she betie ensema hurricane adem to after second game no aba na wi ode to the game no je na emu shepa tough opponent ano mu ehio eno na nya easy na mom omo dem comport omo every game no 3 points important at the moment yentie ene hurricane kakra wono ade to after the game. Well, yeah, say Hurricane, you're ready. The voice, no, you're on some Babra post match in the Kakra. What are two dry, you're ready, betting come on, I'm on Anupe, and no, and a senior man of the match, or the Montemo, a conkai, a year, a game, I know, and some cost into a man of the match, no, and as a player of the match award, what and some agent and Raman Yama, to me, I come or more by a Munchin, I have first teamer, 2025 Club World Cup, no, one more and some to me, I say South American club Enra and no Enra Dromo and some ya do some no at the Emanado pay so young twas on Afi and Koyanima Utiem and the Wontumi sponsor Enra Frank Ribery and no petino so Hard Rock Stadium not on monitor game no and then Yasameto Hard Rock or Unya Frank Ribery Bila Emamia Yabe witness and Rabia no tem our monitor game no and no Nunkwa George Klinsman no Javier Mascherano no ansom na monitor general legends ni nyina no na omu ansom na monitor game no from afar yedem na wonsam nyina ade emma ewontuwe and the managers na hwemo obewo George Klinsman na fe Javier Mascherano and omu monitor game no from afar yedem wonsam no ade emma experience and romo supporters no enije enie and omu bomode abromu Los Angeles enije ansom na ba na ohwe said supporters hi hwa kwai na fupa maza enye je wadwa ne ho acha se utumi sa bia yi wa bobia ama nuoma nso maye kama nuoma guafuro yi mu acha se ne original a enya asabeto je supporters no ana ahwe mu acha se enya asabeto akwai 6 passes do de ade maza brofo no nso bia fususu oti owem se the celebration ekoso a na se nuoma ekonkan adem amom abra enra no na omu ensom agi omani wa yade ahonsem pietema we experience omu supporters no and ya don some adeba na nim se team no enra winner eko adem omu no womanya $2 million after omu win against Los Angeles FC omu ebe jisika ene puduom egomu enso ebotom womu abe the second African teamer woma win a game our Club World Cup after some Mamelodi Sundowns for Masandawana for no enso eye no make us expert for womu enso matchme ababe eno eye reporter if you on madeba na no top player eye Yusuf Belali o de nebeto so na enra Yusuf enye adwuma oboyem our pitch no so wano enye enya goal edem ama team no wa be the first Arab African player wano awini man of the match award our Club World Cup eno ekosiyama na baso enra Yusuf ebadwuma Yusuf Belali ana o hwene adon nsem nyina no edem ama nenra game no ekoso no unim say 68th minute and we the yellow card game into report time and say one game against Chelsea were suspended until me emosa game no I just say a hard pa because Esperance ebe here you see Belali serious o game woman Chelsea ebo no na report time and say we suspended until me emo game ni bi eno ya rawosam ade ema Esperance boboko na ya do nsem pi ade ma nanra nane papa anafe na busuafo ni nyina our stadium war enti owie ya wa man of the match award no ana ode handi over my daddy enti enie yes papa na fina fro asem waya juma kama and wa body general and was a daddy award no enie me na manya man of the match ono so chale wa juma and wa kan some na the chanda mo twamfoni wonti one in the family no and I will show mu ewa ya dem some the pedeba way experience African team no mame another African club ya we anim so bet me compete ye Masandawana Mamelodi Sundowns woman ye Sundowns team no man ya brepa TKL Stadium Cincinnati Ohio ana enra one bomb game no nyame adoma woman ane Dortmund o match baba so no no mo bonchi enra players no our pitch no so nice mo survey grounds mo hese de ne wo meti ache Dortmund abom pa na fe ball no so etima to tonet na nyama kama diamo mo enti Masandawana nie womani abre awomese nyama enso abe kama manager our coach Mamelodi Sundowns team no ye friend Miguel Cardoso wakasa was say a man for say we are very negative sana man for kan awunim na obeka sam afan ho said ye oyani interview said your body matches said you didn't come man for bebre say manager no we are very negative sana supporters room ana fe mo di ball achinu no ase wono obe very realistic ono dia watia no watia ontime so santa enti wo kaso a negative wo kan sam bi at the fan ho as a manager ne dia watia and what or react to actions and after questions and in some commenter a man from a can who say we are very negative coach Ekasai.
You know, sometimes I'm accused to be negative. I heard already some people saying that being that sometimes a coach is not exactly that. I'm not negative. I'm very realistic regarding the things, and I'm not afraid to tell the things how they are. Because I also think people don't know Botafogo, but Botafogo was Brazilian champion and Copa Libertadores champion last year. People sometimes mistake a little bit the things, but anyway, they have only 28% ball possession in the game against PSG. So that result can happen once out of 10. What I mean is that in regular basis, the strongest will impose this, but outliers happen always. But those outliers happen when the mental conviction of the teams is so strong, that connection, emotional connection is so strong, that magic can happen. And that's what I will try to create as an ambience in the team. The level of ambition, of conviction, of determination, that also we find the right emotions to play such a game and produce a good result. But also everybody needs to understand.
Waron som anu mo busa ne se na me adoma se akasia no nketwa ne mini wo mu obete yase timbi Flamingo wayama Chelsea obete yase PSG alusu akasia na nketwa na furu wo mu a wo mu mini wo mu a se ulusu tu Sundowns etim na yabeka se a disaster at the Dortmund etim na was so mo kana adwenkyere akasia no etimo mo bo mo jo mo yamasa so lusu a enya de se obe consider say a disaster say ball no obi ahubo
to win the next 2 games and like it is the ambition also from Sundowns. So don't use always these strong words because this is not useful, I would say.
Matthias Dersch, Kicker.
Yeah, hello. In this tournament, you see that the clubs from the south, I think they have a big advantage because of the conditions of the heat. So we are respecting every team, and we know exactly, as I mentioned before, this is a very good team from Africa, from South Africa. So we know exactly that we need tomorrow a win. But overall, if it is a draw, it's also keeping us into the race. So it's nothing lost. But our ambition is to win the next games, and like it is the ambition also from Sundowns. So don't use always these strong words because this is not useful, I would say.
And after TV no Jumayani Common Afe Mame Basa Spotify come new no reporter Yera studio and opinion and say can say omu game and no 1 Gampa trophy womu say umbetimi abonyami aduma August 10th no yate say Basa eboboko no SCK for any permission senka and the city no emu kwan na nkomu hosti sa trophy no and asasa game no ewo in Spotify come new ho na nkabe 35,000 capacity womo enso ntimi AUC na nnuamanya kama nti reporter eno urban nti atwense na city no enso ebema permission na fe awese Barca team no ebetimi abo 1 Gampa trophy womo yese nyame adom on the 10th of August no eno enso betimi atodwa ade ewonsem no pi edem ma Robert Lewandowski ni agency reporter yensam kan say omuguso reporter say nyame adom aboyi enso ebetimi ram negotiations ekoso say nyame adom ayati next year Saudi Arabia said yate say the players outdoor eko Saudi awomu Jessica Puduoni adinyina no ni agency no report say nyame adom ahweya next year no wono enso eberem e the Saudi league no emu eno Robert Lewandowski yate no nsempi enso adema enedai e so no sane kakra fio edem naba Nico Williams to Barca emu nsam aye pinso ze Nico no akache ne beba wo for say wo mungu wo nsam mo temps no nya flexible said be a Barca ebetimi aba na afi wo matimi abefa no na wonim say reporter ngaba no say Nico no pressure enso ngaba no so ni nyina no say nyaki at the pressure manu nya dia tete no say nyaki no yase as a beba team leaders and after president no mo ka no yeso mo convincing senior brother no as a be unfanfani ni aketo no so na kam onwie this season ema wo mo and no a reporter if you on my table yatem awonsam ni nyina no enso etema na no pe e so no so na onim say Barca team no so woman ya brem o mo ese kwa bia so nka boy enkomu nyana enkomu pese de be ya wono ebetima be gem na afro obo adwuma etem ama team no simple and no e kakra if you on my table later nyina no yadem ema na say wonim say boy no early days wono ensom ekoi visa wakototo no say the beya enka obaye nanka ni agent ne nkofo ekoma yeso ye wie o be rem Barca ni adenra ana ono ensom free visa enso ebaya yade awonsam no etem amantwe eya branch finish Nico and yade latest no adeba na wonim say ene bebawo wo mu a president no akasa ye friend John Orete wadin sam kakra wase ene beba ode do metimi aka ade a kire Barca aye clear wase no negotiations with Barca. If you want Nico Williams, go and break his contract and no ɛyɛ ne asama John Oriete president ma Bilbao ate atudwante sɛdeɛ baby ankomo no akodu no ayɛ very and complex I know a reporter if you no madebe atem the salaters no adebe eguso ediatre ayɛ sɛ baby ebedu bia ne adonsam no enso adebaba enra ana one Garcia officially boss team no one enso ewremo 6 years contract no one ekosan yes I would say in a fancy story no aya Chelsea boy no we di kan omo email documents ni bibiama no e ma ne sign ye na mom officially o sem ono so for cameras no enra okoko sign e ma nuama ye kama atem e ma team no na enra okoko sign ye no owie ye ana ya say officially Barca wo mo register no La Liga na as a Barca ni je abae and your Barca so botasi woman ya je ya register no say where you registered the La Liga no na enumere o na sa Barca as a adena La Liga from penny fire no a mistake and wo maye enti quick and La Liga for no delete ye and so many free was omo officially omo register player I find one Garcia and a reporter and no but ye unim say na oko La Liga website and no I Barca omo section and goalkeepers no anana obeko na Garcia na ni di enso no na mom unya do en La Liga womu a transfer list na sia na nya de se ni di enso ewom enti omo official en transfer list enye first player Adventure Humoso Atletico Madrid and after Alexander Arnold to Real Madrid Din Huizen to Madrid wemu players the last time womu page no wemu ensom avesiteya wemu a registered player enye entina de enra eba bonten quick one and womu de ban womu so a mistake no and womu ensom etimi aya ya don sempi de bentil La Liga for no reporter benye na unim se Javier Tebas ebe tuja eka se no newly transferred player can be registered before July 1. Enti na eba se no as a Barca for no I say o ma register one gas na enwa pa. Enti no kakra if no ma deba boy no say a project and wo be ye e Barca we a very young boy na ono enso na eba na fe ne ball na obo na se ni goalkeeper na oye no wono nso na ba besua nuama e wo ne Barca was say ni goal ni say obe continue no grow as a goalkeeper oba achieve great things our Barca no ayen some boy no eri atudwa yate awonsam pi no ensom ademo na no pe e so no so na unim say La Liga emu asem aye ken last season boy we ana chase o hwe lani saves our we more saves than any goalkeeper in La Liga last season 145 saves and one Garcia ensom o Sevilla and so much as 145 na say o go you besa wo mo list edaway ubena Sergio Herrera onom ayo Sasuna e go give 132 no and afe Marko Mitrovic e wo Leganis ono 104 and afe Callahan e wo Real Valladolid ono 96 and afe Augusto Batala 96 Rayo Vallecano anom kakra free watebanto ono and so ono ye keeper obianiwa we veteran into Barca nyame adoma next season de mo bonu okram mo bonu asevim ano aye de eba na unim say enu after say anwa Mark under tester gente say one Garcia bedu our sign at say you official no anu no ko Instagram ko posting the picture na onya sa picture no IG and the mamia wa posting picture of flex enye ana Barca supporters no munyo womu ko post na sem IG and womu one fan do try and say was it prove them that you are the best and no I fan back no and back so try say enjoy your vacation capital and what try back so by you are the best goalkeeper ever no so try at the atwanes womu gusua womu say the goalkeeper and your man so be kamate ama Mark Andre ter Stegen and no diaba either you be second choice or you go and no diaba West Zasni it say reporter ban say so officially no you see 2 weeks ago and a Barca woman any din come for contract renewal reporter ban say you see say no omu and some yes exchange document womo ebetimi dia boduma report eba ne say womo exchange documents na wie womo yes encheck announcement no eba bana for no and some night was so the amabasa and no report for no madeba na mame basa player Lami Yama akray no onsem ba na eba and nanu ya ana sister Fate edene dia ba yes or no Lami Yama man for report say ne girl no and any girl na just say and some bebre na de wo musanye and renumre to what na fe legi bim our TV and renumre your friend Claudia Bavel what did 29 years why actress why obia was a movie why a content creator no so aba what the TV so on and then some training interview anu uniform and was say Lami Yama na moso pempeni foi me kra wase me peda wo peme acha me na din ko me chat ni enu oyi no na iPhone na kuta wo yi ache host na nyo was wa na Lami test no on the superstars here and so bit me connect you because get we mbia na Lami nkohia no but mbia obi on finfin or connect here and was so one test eba ye Lami Yama mean ye Barca players me Jimmy Dia Ballon d'Or me na me test we her deep you know her profile nam that way and also I see you Lami and was okay say come to my house what you have a fear kakra and lady no say I have eaten my hit you what you have a fear and lady no reporter ban say okacha say was is too much because me 11 years older than you what do you say and Lami Yama so perfect I'm saying penny for no manage 11 years cry and said a hard thing test no na me read you know enti let you know ba say masa say na say ye bibi na say bia ye ka say ya chimia me wo ba sama o be the time so I've given you my words me the men sama ma me na me ka say jimidi what you say bibia no ebetimasie na Lami Yama so I've given you my words me the words am say the akomia mu ya o mu taka che gasi ana Lami Yama so piato so de man no I want na let you catch and say on train no only 18 years no 80 years obeba one no so abetwi abom den lady masenya sameto akra say Claudio na dasui sadake so akwa yi no adena beto so so enti Newton lady ni acha sansam no eba enra emanfo sim anya no kre Lami Yama enti mi nya ebim so Lami no asa kudai muntunufu because mo dia to Barca legend friends and Daniel Alves and some bebre nkofo masam ni ade de enyo entia no aye nkofo bi nso nsam a wo mu ka Madrid team no etrani enra Emmanuel Mansom aye kama ewo ho na obema me Vini no ana afa Trent Alexander-Arnold wo mu ebo adwuma Emmanuel Mansom e kama nti Madrid for no enso ebo adwuma se de ben nyame adoma wo mu game no ebetimi abaso be te se Rudiger enso wo mu game against Pachuca wono ebetimi agem na afa wo bo ede ama Madrid and your reporter ba then our Madrid City no me say Hendrick recovery training and so ho no ade Emma Madrid ya dem na won sama ba me say Mbappe entimi mbot the next game and fam Mbappe betimi aba embia Salzburg game no and ya say likely say Mbappe betimi abegem ade abo and no won sama ya say Alonso and say boy near friend Brahim Diaz wo ya dan brutal one game against Hela was say boy no tactically adwuma dem an bia no o ya ne foot no so do ni bia so onye wono enso maye nti obetimi aka ese boy yi aye present and future efe ematima ye friend say Madrid eboboko no enom kakra wono ede atodwa don sam no enso ede benra Vitinha ana fe Nuno Mendes eno wo Los Angeles Mountain so he wo ma lazy amiem obia kekasem kama ana mo bana kwa bi acha se ultra video onze wo hu nkofo bi ba woni mo ana ultra video oh yeah na wo mo yes oh hi Vitinha no mo ye ha ni ade anu no bu so mo se na mo ye hwan adwuma ben ana mo ye amonam krom ha just wono na otwa video na wo se superstar bu se super o ye hwan adwuma ben ana ye ntie kakra enra abra Vitinha and Nuno Mendes Asia who of a akase form and afe na Mayweather enso no Mayweather hono ne Beverly Hills ho de akase for ne gonti wemo ana usho mu edem kakra enso edeba ena asametra no kakra for no edeba latest ni nyina ani ato nsam edeba team no atena se anchame ba na afo mo aberem na yedi nkomo ene anope latest no na eba no na enra ewo games no eba so no me de nsam ede ama bebre ama transfers no so ewremu kakra ede ama na Obama me Liverpool foreign vet enra wono ewo wo mu a trophy room ho wo mu de ne wura ho e kire ne Liverpool aye nie baby a wo ba no hwe ni ye Liverpool do ma ye ni ye Liverpool aye nuama bebre Liverpool team no o mu aye nuama bebre ti hwe trophies ni nie to ba na nso odi ase o team say oba no oba ya adwuma ase Liverpool ni monyam ti nuama ye kama e wo ho na de nti o choose Liverpool 160 million euros player enye dentina o chase Liverpool na abeba enra yentie kakra wono editu da dentio chooses a Liverpool club obebo e England,
including the chance to stay at Leverkusen. So why Liverpool? Why are Liverpool the right choice? I just thought that it was the right point in my career to make a next step, and of course I wanted to get to a club who's like from the top 3 in the world, and in my opinion Liverpool was one of them. And I just saw myself in the best hands in Liverpool, and I was really convinced by the people here, by the idea, and everything what the club offers me was really good. And in the end,
Nuno Espirito Santo, so 3 years and was signed a Nottingham Forest team. No, kakra if free transfers no de Bernardo pay me Antoine Semenyo so Tottenham foi akwa ko din komo busa se movement no say ni player ni komo no ebetimi akoye amoma proceed at the bid abana no nkomo no so akoso Antoine Semenyo and the deba Liverpool enko for Alexander Isak and no omo chese financially no enya de say wise no kakra fuel deba magi so dia tuja was so ba Liverpool and no be start on run first team no ma and no entimi mane ma Liverpool eboboko na no kakra no so akam dia tuja don sam the be sina ebefo abama Euro 2016 our Rio de Janeiro Olympic Games so Mikel Obi dia tuja say of funding Nigeria Super Green Eagles of Nigeria team no edu baby na sika no obi atena so e was Africa for eno mo afi president na sikala kodi baby sports minister ye hu no adumra ese team no ko no na di ni sika e ma Nigeria e ko ye government no say e be pem ne wo mo nyamfa ni sika ma no
for the Olympics.
Yeah, exactly, for the Olympics. Again, talk about the corruption where a budget has been signed by the government and somebody sitting on top of that money didn't release that money, and we are all sitting at the hotel about to fly to, I think it was Rio, and everybody's thinking, how are we going to get there?
Well, sound
there was no money to pay for flights. There was nothing to do. The players were worried. Major tournament, booked to the coach, said how can you find a plane? Looked for a plane and had to pay for it. And we got there.
Good.
We got there, and I thought, okay, now I'm gonna get reimbursed my money. Up till today, I still haven't.
You haven't really. But then your nation, you go there when you finish third in the Olympics.
I think for the past 3 days has been one cut.
Yes. But say PSG, I say Chelsea.
But I think that is the quite unfortunate incidents that happened with the Club World Cup. But getting to the latter stages of the competition, I think the last round of games, the results will be quite open. Because by the second game, no one who will stand.
Yes.
In the game, no one the kind of aggression how they come. Will be so very relaxed. No one so the come. So this weekend we are giving you hot tips.
Okay.
To make sure say ubeti media no mushu.
Kopem se na watch.
Sim.
It's over to I
drop me uncle.
First odd no, and as a code no a year 25 os
25 os
into 201 C8E E5 201 C8E E5 another and the code 10 os 201 C8F DA 10 os
yes
201 C8F DA another code 8 os 201 C90 EF 201 C90 EF 201 C91 F1 7 os no 201 C91 F1 and the last one no 5 os
5 os
201 C92 E1 201 C92 E1
the 10 years away now you're cooking the probability of winning no
yes
age na be 90-95% yenya botrepan ye
na onya kakra
yes of course
meba na yato asodi everyone na bibia so ay kama new to na still be aboko the Liverpool himself Florent Vet bibia kama see more
say the match anticipated.
Yes, of course.
Adibia precious piano, you need to dig deep.
That is it.
Diamond is not found on the surface of this earth. You need to dig down below
before you get it.
Sana good in it. Adia Pepia Antina, your friend man or him. So I say, you don't just walk around and find them.
Okay.
Also, definitely kerosene and sana when you're precious thing. So, the golden boy, the diamond boy. From Germany, Allende, our Merseyside, and he's going to mesmerize the Premier League. Obama
mesmerize,
because Obama attention on our colleague, because Premier League, he has some flair. I too mechanical with some players. Coutinho free, Hono, Shadow, skillful player. Do could ye no pele nice. That's not what we are talking of. We are talking of the Mesut Ozil type of football. So what I say, it will lead you to want to watch the game over and over again. That's the quality of Premier League, you know.
And once no one.
Newton, young quick. Capo. Yes, started.
We may start to all me, man. Semna, be a cabino. La me some no dear say no crab coupon and person me catch me home. Me person me dada me home. Asemi me be kan Capo, la me onte. Na yem person me kan nyina no e yasem kuma bi.
Okay.
Tina la me ente no doesn't mean say ni kwase me ne etiefo ne ahwefo di nkomo fa niema a ketele a player's career. But la me na mu na kaminya na se me person me kama se me chende Capo. Lami should be very careful. Lami Yaman should be very careful. You're inside. I was telling Steve, say, talent is different from intelligence. Now, see, no busa Samuel Jan, Steven Apia, Sule Muntari, John Pencil, John Benson, those guys, no more are rebooting Diego. They have a lot to tell you.
Yeah,
they have a lot to tell you.
In China, say as Baby Jet crowd on the interview, no musa any regret here. Then also a massive humanizing the idea bakwa obekase wa affecting pa on the interview bako. I said the whole candidate. They say Lami Subana Subaha.
That is very very true from Baby Jet. If who was stage B na free hono na o tie chira afena wo hunu de na ekoso hono mo pa but o mu a ya na dense obehunu Capo afutu ama me no papa de ama wo wi ase pa de ka o tie ni na Capo ko atwa mo ha. This is the reality about life. And some are ye mama mo, ye ofa mo, ye papa mo kachire ya son we no. And ke ye funny nyina pe e de bobra no a. Aka sabe ko atwam. But the miminim sorry about football ne say emasem friends social media in a breaky place on my career for asterisk eto injuries and a coaching system for to home and yema a breaky place on my career and yema 5 way but me say injuries and a coaches and system what no for me no for asterisk no the own for asterisk and to hono eye emasem social media and friends they are dangerous pa friends they are couple are so dangerous now friends they no obia ka bi kire wo yonko bonne se brapa
ya
ene ye na mo de but so ka so be more biblical Proverbs 17:17 ka the same thing about friends so yonko a ani je brem o show up no eni kwa so o mani si ho a ho kire brem umre yum eso asaso show up e wo
ai wo so okay kwasem
na la media no onye very careful friends masem social media and stop Ronaldinho but a man crofobia no mo do Ronaldinho nei kasa Ronaldinho de kanya masema kanya bi ne ma ne mo Messi no the true lovers of gaucho omo di Ronaldinho ho awraho ne Ronaldinho nyina no omo busiefo e Ronaldinho na afofo
no ye yodio no ba kwa kopaba say o superstar no wa untimi nkope
o de ni do no do ba
now senior me connect ba ku bi o connectors no umu hadwen papa na da electric be kiki wo mu no
couple
connectors
we friends ni free esincha
yeah
and master me another angle and so distracted now they are almost they sync together too no nanti two no nanti boom couple na de eye killer for this two no social media no anima mi ensa nyina la me yama wo ho anima mi ensa nyina la me yama wo ho so la me carry na ye kan ye gigi no so ye bona baso nyina so bibi be stop no a injuries there so far how na to say let me injuries this age obi akra injuries nya start here and a coach system ben na obo at this age because let me system bi ayu afri mu ntitranchen Hansi Flick coach by Xavi gave him the opportunity Hansi Flick by you and a darling boy so systematically let me is not staying on the bench but a massive social media friends and you back be your table maintain you want to lyrics no but I don't want our vibe no
yeah
or TikTok the followers go to you do all that but I'm an nada Cristiano Ronaldo mon account no ya no be na watch or manage you na me fan say every crowd la me ho me ntu la me fo so no want me ntu no ho fo na say me am te Wontumi ha na me kasa me ko do Spain na no price every a me nada me ho couple Yahoo Pele, Yahoo Maradona, Yahoo Johan Cruyff. We've seen Zidane now. Far born him says Zidane chi. Zidane was the first player who used the word maverick at the man mama swing tape. Player mama te maestro be Pele.
Yeah.
But maverick, magic. Before you used to magic, the man yesterday, no Zidane or the magic no used to wear the magic no at the diagram.
Severally.
Kwabere boy ya the commentary Zidane jebo maverick midfielder stalwart on the ball
yeah
na wo la mi no ye hwan ya wo na me high hwan pa Wontumi me da ye kasa kakra kwa ye ye fata mi na betufo mi brekra de tu la mi fo do pe bia onye ne ho career na wo sa no career no couple
la mi na so wodin
e wo am say couple look wouldn't win and from my bono ya who ba bia from aneko who ba bia from aneko
ko bobo ana nika dano to dano konse ni coach training ni coach course romano
na niema ekwa ensa ma back bio no ba ko pa di mutintiman e opportunity foforo ne be baba de twam ko ne de unya bio e te se wato agyan de wato no wato ko just auto for ne be follow things that don't return unya enya je wo free won sam say kwa agya je no ho wo south mi som opportunity agye nsam na ekwa enu ano no na me 50 minutes ya de na fa me tu la me info no we've seen players super talents come up at some point bibia ba distract you whatever it takes you be a bit disruptive so futufor so ni futufor Capo. Like me, I am a simple football fan.
Yeah.
You can cry for a job bono. Me da so chase other players. My don't a job bono. Me da so chase other players. I am always fishing for quality. I'm always looking out for quality players. But one thing I will tell this guy, they say, and never be we are sitting in a dear be you appear. Your talent, you know. Name the you appear talent be far better purified now. It goes through a lot of processes. That was a goal, dear Google say. You're too from the Nanyasham say you. Now you bought. No be a horror inside. There is your goose or horror inside. You be a goose or the goose one. I can catch one of the coach or no, I say, Bohana Danny Kruku,
process.
A lot of process, and son almost said that. Couple con the Google chairman one son. Processes are phenomenal. So you need to be purified. No man focus a messy papa can name papa can name and papa no name my name is still our throat. People still feel the name our rich potential. Couple woman make can our papa can honor there. Yeah, bet you. Who wants to listen to you will listen to you without even uttering a word.
Yeah.
Drop us or tear us him. No. Oh, or tower do betie. Name man ne papa ne ba, you know, bra. But name I want sana. The couple name I want sana.
Yeah.
You name us sana at some point cry yes one so messy.
Oh, butcher chow nam club
or ne papa can ho. At some point when you have money gives you power. It will to papa unto papa. But me apartment be town. Unko na ri lie. Sika bia papa no mama here bia de mom nti ba bia our apartment no no woni ho adafo bi na da ho wo beba no afra kwaku ya mom clean 3-bedroom apartment you nko ne ye ho na beda ko hunu beda control bia sika o ne nsem so la media no mo ne bra o no mo ne bra de ba tunu bia ye ho ha la manse ho da so produce foforo na 50 minutes we na me Capo ntwa mo free la me ho me feel me hoko akwakuto anya me share talent akofa 29 years no what test no catch say o catch me choy level as a perfect perfect
bia dem
omo for picture now lady now run hono fa mra akwa we pa
oh momo adana mo ye la misa maybe ono so ni favorite no we are say the obi a the opel
ana so we try person catch la me no me Capo be do me mic no
obi a the opel akomia wo Steve wo the one na mo pesa mo sham so
you see any advice but football near the global game a lot of people enjoy and he's a talent post Messi, Ronaldo. We've always been craving for players that sort of vibe when watching football.
Yeah.
And for the last couple of seasons, he's shown he has that quality. But the man like me is something and say, I don't see a Neymar. Neymar so Neymar issue or baby France crack as or raping.
Yeah.
So what I say. And Lamy is also a black boy. Now, new thing can about yenti injury but lifestyle and habits at the injuries bred footballers. When in player be na the orphan so today be no when you're growing. So what I say to started 17 years there. And go if you just hear somehow to he is a black boy. Lamy is a black boy. So every professional becoming Lamy you need to be disciplined. Without discipline, potential and talent in the dual, your musicians be an omoyade pa. But in Sariene and I do one nan ye. So I say so intimate tunofo, but the can't be a 2 year. Nyame di ache di end obeche mpaibo ne bi bobi wa Chinese Buddhist for the omo language bo Hausa for come de Nzema for come de nti kasa no doso eduru hono ansa o de na don't joke with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good advice. Very good advice.
And your company come your house on the Viana.
Oh, Kakaka.
Company will fear. The panini show class or back.
Oh, I know Papa also take responsibility.
Oh, Papa so Jin and Nipa or Papa the Jaja. Oh, Papa
also gay at 22.
The story could be true, the story could not be true.
Of course, that
dependent on me and Indio Mushia and
yeah.
What I say, yeah. But baby, Gina say, no. Memeno enye aha na bia obeka futu bia chele la bia mo ma bebeti ana bibisa. But in the context of the discussion we are having, the perfect example to how parents are managing among players, Mbappe, Jude Bellingham, almost stardom, no, almost fast one more payadeba. The way their parents protected them, it is expected. Say the parent, I do a club never any part, but oh yeah, mommy, oh yeah, papa. This is the moment. Ababa one and talk we create someone a mojeku. Ntokwa we kura na wo sembo ana mojeko akura no onyandru baby wo sembo jane pedemano ana ye bibia o skade oh but you look at this tennis player. I think Yannick Sinner na meboa edru maybe o bot tennis ni we ni sika ni bibia ma me no papa na control professional tennis player ni bibia ma me na chene se fa yesi even obo be ware no obo ne ne tekro mutimi ka chene se omo ko shopping na yesi they need to keep a very close eye akura we ni ehwe ne doso atamfo so doso bebre
no correct to mo man nko no
na ni unim clubs a hold we pese ne form boba
no crap or top format bebre ni beje bo share mo
everybody is waiting to say anka so we won't do baby obi epe see the parents will need to take strong responsibility for whether it is true or not. The parents should take responsibility for akwadani PR. Now do you Bellingham money Mbappe mo here for their PR? Positive PR. Now do the timi kan you be say wakodi obi adoye wakoye say wako it is positive PR. Mbappe ne maame amra omuni PSG nya issue. What is Mbappe kasa?
David.
Esu de bia o maame.
But tinidin.
No maame jinam. Yeah. No maame kasa. No maame jinam. They need to protect everything around akodano. Adera bi ososo ni o maame.
Yeah.
Iti akodano de no omo mani nko no.
This obedience.
And come be one the parents will be able to pick it up. Where maame ne nkomo na papa ne nkomo no age aginim.
Mama buano.
Opani na no tumudi ane ya transfers ni
mate kakra
Kopama the Chelsea for year no personally mempe
ade
Kopama is still a young boy. Kopama is still a young boy. He's not established yet. He's done some massive job for Chelsea, but next Kopama jai boba there na wo de beka Kopama. Let's assume that Kopama jai boba is a CA there na wo de beka Kopama. Mason Mount or Hefa. How many times do we put Mason Mount on the table? But at some point, oh sorry no bano, not Chelsea be crown.
Yeah.
It will be referee maker. At some point, Chelsea be see Mason Mount. So the people felt say Mason a drew. The football has to take you through lot of stages. A lot of stages, and each stage be out at the other for neighbor. Na Kopama the identity because Chelsea fans into a mobile kakrane say one, he's a very young boy, came into a young squad and naturally became a leader. Not a leader in terms of organizing the dressing room, giving speeches on the field. Not in that perspective of leadership, but leader as in goal scoring production.
Okay.
Onu Kopama in a creti, Onu Kopama in a debon gunet, Onu Kopama a free kick back, penalty back, set pieces. So virtually Kopama was the leader of the Chelsea side, even though Enya Chichira Homano, but he was a leader. But leader in what regard? Team so inconsistency in the dorsal. Then one or two players are performing. At some point, that player also become out of form. At some point, somebody has to get the best out of him.
Yeah.
At some point, so also chiko offer as obi je adwuma ne. Na nim se born na ye born da bia na Pedri abobo. Key moments and your point efa.
Yeah.
But Frankie or Casado or somebody around or no Pedri no gets the best out of him.
Sure.
Cruz. Ni nkomo bi obedi wo wiase bia ni Renfi Casemiro ni Modric da. Varane nkomo bi obedi wo wiase bia on career mu no ni rent me fi Ramos. Sign of football net here. PK Puyol had to bring the best out of PK. Ekobo bia Ferdinand bedi bia Bobo Village di Carvalho nkomo bia no obedi Obobo JT di enye na no na Chelsea start Caicedo ne Fernandes partnership.
Yeah.
But who gets the best out of Kopama? It is individually the team no ye kakra in the final third, then he purifies it. oh, you're about Pona Kopama numbers in here. But why are we judging Kopama with solely numbers? Why are we staying true to just numbers in Kwadintia? Kopama is not a natural finisher. He's a number 10 who has the capacity to add goals to the style of game now the match Chelsea for now. So if you December, but 3 goals, I said 3 assists, 2 goals. Oh, please.
Same how he started. It
is what he says, a young player. How he started, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Young players are like that. Young players, be expectant of that situation.
Okay.
Young players, they cannot get up. No, cause smooth to sound. Bibi something would change of coach, small knock, be play beyond in a bar, a fapamano, or play for Frobia Babeshim, on Tanya Bon and Jabon man in something. Now Chelsea team, he said we are not chop and change Kakra with the final third one more. So Chelsea would really have to calm down for Kopama. Nane Krokrano, okay, so what told Kopama now, oh man, Bremen in Gra, why now the nation? Some common had met to us to do Jackson, dear. No Chelsea fancy you want someone that's what John Terry. Money John Terry Bill, money Didier Droba. You still don't have Maluda. You have a young team, give the guys some level of patience to grow collectively.
Why? Nico.
No, Chelsea squad. No.
Okay.
France no more brain fanny. Boys no a young squad.
You be more person nyini there. Nico Jackson or person nyini.
Record no. Record no. Well, but the band why?
And then on but new games are all born output. Input.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
At the club no. Who is a chance be bro their money still.
Chance in there.
Playing time.
Chelsea fans per check it do but season be my double the guitar. Season we 8. Season we 9. Didier Droba. Oba season we 2 bon ni go so kra ndu MC15. But another he's a standard call for Chelsea number 9 for Ebenyina. You can opa mamima up every na ball Didier Droba too. Oba who goes so wash. Season 8, paltry 8. Now Banidini huge. And you know can once a Chelsea fans in Babo. Jackson, how many seasons you Obama Chelsea? Number 10 Ben on a ball consistently. Wingers been on my ball consistently. Now the crack is he a natural center forward and a Chelsea and no cotton or banai ho. Scarcely a Chelsea to find Kuku. Oh, Nkunku ne Jackson. Why no Obano established? I want these guys to help me. Akomia. Nkunku ne Jackson, but no established.
Nkunku de na odi.
One Bundesliga player of the season or the buy.
Yeah.
Orban in the position of Bono or the buy. Jackson was a second striker, but I'm also only the line.
Yeah.
Now Nkunku Jackson when Chelsea for man pressure. Nkunku Jackson one will train. No, Chelsea for calm down from Jackson. If you lose him today, you will have to replace him. But be over corner. That's also a survival. The point I'm trying to put here is say, Maresca here Juma in trimming down the squad to this particular shape we. Now some more here demand diabo so do. Infama. Encourage bien one man the memory as met me abu Mayweather. Encourage bien who the memory as am met me abu Mayweather. Encourage bien who mam crash and sabo bomb pani of Muslim come on. Yeah. These guys are so young. And as the Chelsea as a club and I enjoy success. Until when says we modiba. But Madueke, Mudrik Mo, Neto, Jean Felix, Caicedo, Fernandez won the World Cup. Best young player of the World Cup. No man. Semi-established. Semi-established. If you leave the game today, the game forgets about you. But Pele left the game how many years ago, and we still bring these guys back. Don't by example. And only first how established. Madrid Kemunya established. They should grow collectively and then individually. No more about. In my opinion, Thomas Partey corner or free Arsenal. No, somebody is Zubimendi Shaw a perfect replacement.
Okay.
As to how the guy fits into the EPL, another question to be discussed. But within the Arsenal setup on the day, Mikel Arteta bringing a Spanish boy midfielder. Now when Mikel Merino more already in the ranks, you know. I feel say Zubimendi to replace Thomas Partey no, and yet life for life though, but in terms of profile no there, Zubimendi so close. Capo, say me am so train, my monka say be na me da, enye gidigidi ba o ka say o ma me brand so mo wie na bia kakro mo dia, mo stories in do a.
Yeah no crepa.
From vet about Liverpool hwehwe ne mama. O mo de ne to. omo museum ho say na no ye Champions League free Spurs ho we so no ye free we ho we fa say nka hwekakra ujo de na do saka hu nie
asemo miza
yes
ye ni nkomo kakra na understand
ma ye ncheti fo bi na emi say Mikel Obi ni gitumi ye say ne kasa na ya adro chirido yeah he's over
Oya Casabroso
okay Jackson any finished product in the first place
okay
Abraham Motis ka kwakofa Nicolas Jackson in the free Villarreal no na afei na wapa into the limelight and the first season top tier La Liga all consistently
okay
at the Ama Villarreal Okofa Jackson any 50 goals a season striker. This attention to how Jackson was used at Villarreal. We realize that Jackson was starting more as a winger than even a centre forward.
Yeah.
The only moment I know Mota used Jackson as a centre forward, and whenever almost like a Gerard Moreno, Villarreal, Upra, na omudi ono na be dey abehye nine won. But when he was fit, Jackson a right winger or either a left winger. Na no mo use no. I say oye to nani de esi akoda no so. Mikel Obi ye to nani
e de esi
Jackson so. Who shouldn't be so?
He's not performing.
Let me be very honest with you with this statement say. Across the front line of Chelsea, who you call Palmer, none of the attackers and wingers now Chelsea won in the yard their chain. Nicolas Jackson. Opinion one more or even talented than Nicolas Jackson. None of them. None of them. Sabon ye mo pa ye fa bon Antonio mo bon ni sepa. Obi no betim ni Jackson abo. Who you call Palmer? Then the whole team there's a problem. Nothing make key reference points to how they are treating Kopama.
Yeah.
Kopama were off. Nicolas Jackson were off. And now one particular day, anything of this sort can happen to any player. Oh, I remember Manchester United and Liverpool game beat Steven Gerrard Bemu second half now. Steve, Oba na no be try be no odi record no fi boy. It happens.
Happens.
Tessie.
And the issue here say aso omo ya man afra boy and say boy need to na Chelsea entimi and run na when we game na it's a lie. Wa wunya abotre hwe na game ne padi no. The goal from Flamingo no na boboba. It was just a matter of time.
Okay.
Flamingo dominated game no.
Do baby as na Chelsea for jag game no.
Na Flamingo for no son ka say omusu player akoye mistake me okobo one club on ye nekobo bi na net to the ball to net. And Flamingo even scored the second goal. And Sana Jackson red card ne be so it was 2-1 before Sana Jackson red card no. Maybe you can raise a concern and say, oh, Jackson will make a better than the result. But the issue no so any say before Jackson they be banana results net is saying. Born ankasa na bo no kana born net is saying. There so na na say Jackson so back again na answer net 3-1 na.
No, how Munjiris or how more
tactically yesterday Chelsea were bad against Flamingo. They should accept it.
Coach no cry Giajatum.
Who they Reece James ball midfield inverted.
Or maybe before next season.
It was coach this or maybe before next season.
Yeah, so experiment
so the biggest problem near coach no.
Okay.
As a Mikel Obi person the bibia share Nicolas Jackson concern on why you say na Debbie, he should stop hating. Or the Nisi boy no so too much.
Nico no so Chelsea for them penasem crowd. Sana me huno ana
pressure kwa.
Oh, pressure kwa.
I say omu dwan pa.
Now when I want oh yeah dey train na omo. Baby they should tell us. Last season unya Kopama or share goals any assist them out. Who you free one ma when next. The age it is saying. So if say you more bit to say the lap money and crank be more Chelsea team time I didn't know we the one person be money time.
And yes sir so on the a uncommon say the actions or pitch be this any red cards are udi.
Red cards don't say
importance be a obi hu
na records no say no wedi
akwakoye
na no mo ball first game against Los Angeles hweko fa so dani obi o mfifio o assist first goal no man kan wan say mo but then these things anything he will commit mistakes. There are things that will happen but that way talent ni potential na ekuta no Capo, I don't think Chelsea who move 50% cry. They will need to do a lot to bring the best out of him. Your coach is in Juma, and creating the right environment for him to thrive. I've always said, as a football, coaches play massive role, but environmental play and also finding himself into grow is very important. The level of confidence that is given to him. And Mikel Obi sorry, I say Mikel Obi sorry, Nicola. Na Mikel Obi nankasa no time na ne bo chi nukrade na kan.
Na Mikel ono so du ba bo tiaso na chi nko a.
Mikel wo du me bi utina bo so na bo back passes sa. Bo back passes sa, boko achi sa, boko achi sa.
Carry the yesu and so sabe hurisi so.
Asa wo sabe hurisi akra ne ko it's becoming personal.
Yeah, of course. Obi also
YouTuber.
Obi also
Mikel YouTuber.
Oya yes Gary Neville ne post go
that type of event.
No. We should read it.
It's so unnecessary. Ko Nigeria na ko be sa. Ka Victor Osimhen the bad Chelsea.
Is
you be say see o ka to the sabe bia ka we kasa.
Content creator.
Ko we kasa. I think it's becoming unbecoming.
Okay.
The whole Chelsea setup, there is a lot of things they will need to do here. As I said, you catch Chelsea for say most of the signings no signing the other team, they be more potential.
Okay.
Dodo any be more don't know potential. I feel no more jelly. But more team maybe magic trophy dada. For example, Reece James is young, but Reece James are both team nache.
Not short.
What I say, only team not the Champions League, only team not the other trophies. Yeah. He looks much better. So unfortunately, injuries here day.
Ehano
kakra. What did they say? But Enzo Mune, Caicedo, Mune, Sa boys, never banning. No, we catch us so well. I just walk up with Argentina or J Walker on for Chelsea. On for Munyari. And even in the Argentina team, no, he was surrounded with quality, experienced players. Now, only Rodrigo Di Pro, Ebon Vivi, Di Maria or left. Messi wo 10 no aso wa her dressing room na ye di hu komodo Nicolas Otamendi so that place ni a different cry but at Chelsea you have not done anything.
Okay.
It was money na and over Europe no cry your first season work club side was with Benfica no one more full season crop wie amanya transfer in the English Premier League so aduma wo mu bebre na.
Okay.
It is a training to Boisier.
No, see, Munya.
And also Munya. Send a place born my more peers in almost almost an boy.
Yeah.
But Luis Enrique by idea no moon.
A shape you mupa. Say Dembele na FC on Kwaje Ballon d'Or.
Fabian Ruiz no be more.
Yeah.
Ben Fabian Ruiz ne boss hey. Vitinha Benena England ho yeso onya de. Oko even PSG kana ya asem foforo.
Yeah. And never be a Vitinha.
Yeah.
So coaching so role like so player development.
Donnarumma yes was Italy goalkeeper boy yes was.
But no much is no.
And no be chasing no.
Next Enzo Maresca no so as o money kono.
No.
But as o mu no. I know the Jackson be able 10 na o medina tema no
afan ho.
Na da Jackson be kono.
What I say? Now compare on say em na wa o game ni bibia no hwe what Jackson gives the team na head the lap here wo game ni Jackson started Los Angeles game no photo to the na the lap wo here etona bia o mo ye nyoma bi ma we are not saying Jackson beje world best but I think they are not being fair to Akoda no and almost scapegoat no to a certain extent to not help his career. Maresca ne de adwuma no onimiye ba na adwuma na awoye no onyantra a certain pedigree at Chelsea for nakasa set their mom at this point in time adwuma won ho as a coach just as the players na oni omuye adwuma na adwuma wo mu mienu nyina ho
me ba me de fa bi nhye ma ha Obrempon CP so onim senior former newscaster wa Dom FM yes
Obrempon senior man
was say akome omo message in regards to their all can Jackson issue no was say or respect or pass a pundit but the question of us will discuss Jackson no nani nye ho was say Oba advising Man U say Omonfa Jackson ya number 1 striker or Man U. And I feel so at then Rasmus Højlund no still na Zeka moment be 5 season na ko continue as a first choice striker. Man U anymore. Na ono ba onka na onka Jackson.
Beba. Maybe first of all, me shall say Mr. Jackson Villarreal wa wunim ni biano. Jackson yes center forward.
Okay.
They should go back to Villarreal and realize it and bring it back.
Good.
Jackson is not your ideal center forward. Mimi obia maka say Jackson a player. Chelsea na any good number 9 be omofa Jackson in wings.
Okay.
So Byro Gettins mo adwuma na omo ye no obetima 10 Jackson model no to say Anthony Martial. Profile to say Anthony Martial.
Okay.
Anthony Martial by United not obo as a center forward.
Right for you.
Anna Louis Van Gaal who said there be let's get another center forward.
Okay.
And our coach said after Louis Van Gaal let's get another center forward. It is just say mo buy and mo ko fa Romelu Lukaku mo di omo ye dey.
Bye.
I'm pushing Anthony Martial then call him fa. Anthony Martial ball left wing no ball center forward at the end pan and feel. Rashford they started Rashford academy ni na no boss number 9.
Yeah.
But Rashford ne do pepe so bi no United for say there be number 9 na wo born emwa because her quality na ekuta na yemfa nko left wing. Me Jackson what wa na free Villarreal bia no he looks more like a winger than what you are trying to insinuate as a number 9. Jackson, like what you are trying to say. Anna Rasmus Højlund wants him now. Højlund no, and then you become Højlund wants him. We've always said, if Manchester United were choice, Højlund, you know, wouldn't be starting for Manchester United.
Yeah.
A reason why United is going into the market for a striker.
Yeah.
I'm a person who turn on maneko. I'm a player barefoot from BID.
Ono ano bonidi. Say Mubamana lead for 5 seasons.
Rasmus Højlund who didn't lead for 5 seasons. Rasmus Højlund so no wa boss center forward na hono no fail.
To no fail at on own position.
Ne primary position no fail no.
Yes, Nicolas the any bit my BB but Rasmus Højlund no.
Yeah, to me, also ne bibi an habit me. You play one my own say I just have to change the positioning.
Yeah.
It will work out. Ko the gap ko Dutch national team obo say. So Memphis defend one but not the one.
Yeah.
But our PSV and Hoffenheim no a winger. And they answer to buy Liverpool no also on fan 9. Wings no mo cross in this last four honum na when e Capo.
Yeah.
That's a mess. Højlund no.
What I say?
But I come can sorry ho. Højlund me o trimo den by 11 be.
What me anya
na 7 so e.
Anya
na 10.
Anya
Into ono just a wa.
Into ono just a wa.
E hono so onya de.
E hono so onya de.
Na mutu ase 73.
So what I say? On the baby am some money money laundry. But you are talking about a player.
Yeah.
They be a money na temba.
Money laundry.
Steve Newton. 14 goals. 5 assists in the Premier League 23-24, 10 goals, 5 assists in 24-25. How many of your wingers and attackers now go in apart from Cole Palmer? Do you know what I'm saying?
The coach in Yam Renya no Wajumana.
David. You see, just a situation in Omo bo need you coaching in Omo a victim of circumstance.
Okay.
And then they say they don't actually deserve to carry the weight of expectation at Chelsea fans so one.
And nothing you can't abutre ho asem.
Yeah. You see, now new can be about Ocean and Crane Mayweather. You will be a ability. No matter fans out there, man, you beat me or you know. So what I say. So Chelsea fans, you know, they are so fixated on the Drogba type, the Diego Costa. Yes. I don't know the judge way more. So they don't look down to the numbers of players with ability. No?
Yeah.
Jackson fee Villarreal banana numbers here saying. Villarreal not in Spain. The Bobre is saying.
Yeah.
But Diego Costa free. Atletico Madrid by Chelsea. Atletico Madrid that time won the Spanish La Liga. He was fighting with the big boys over there. Into that
winning mentality.
And a 9 krona no boy.
Yeah. So what I say.
Yeah.
Chelsea in times past have always gone in for experienced managers. And we are serial winners. Okofa Graham Potter, Onji Bibiada, Pochettino, Okonam PSG in a farmer and back. But PSG then enya yastic.
Yeah.
And Okofa Thomas Tuchel, he was a winner.
Yeah.
And Wontumi, a boy, the way at Chelsea, a bought over the years. He said, for manager and a straight away, they will win something.
No, do Ancelotti, no, Morino, time, mentality, yeah.
So I say, oh, you need free honor now, I offer Angel Maresca. Now, Pep Guardiola and Nase for disciples, no. Accra send who met me. Mikel Arteta did 5 years. Yes. Accra say. So who say a coach no or improve here. Chelsea could have made coach Nejumano abe easier for him. When big names be big boys are they've seen it all in the game. Bakasel Dune, Enzo Fernandez, Lavi Cowell. What the Bubodi in the keeper or that Chelsea pool? What the Bubo Chelsea players now? I feel you realize that you are misjudging the players. You are not being fair to the players no more. Honor. Omuba na what the Lampard type, Kevin De Bruyne and Muma, then together, singing and then they will start performing. By a both Chelsea star in there, a Kopama. Yeah. Kopama in the CV sono. A dear to send a new kind. A dear part of the back credit Kopama. A assist ni goes to be over here. No, I call Liverpool when you put it in Salah, why then? Or the Egypt I call walk up. Or the Liverpool are breaking 30 years league or money. What about AFCON final? What about AFCON final? Champions League. Zoboslai. He is a captain of Hungary. Robertson a captain for Scotland. Alisson Becker, I had the number 1 for Brazil. Consistently the Golden Gloves Wajibida. Virgil van Dijk, I had the captain of the Dutch national team. Sure. So what I say, Alexis McAllister, I am an integral member of the Argentine squad. So what I say, so you have leaders, big name players. At a big stage. Almost by 2 seasons. Senior Darwin is here on the keeper Napom Grobegua. You see a team, unya maturity, unya experience. But you have Kopama, you have Jackson, you have Noni Madueke, and you are expecting them to perform like Michael Essien, Lampard, Michael Ballack, and the likes. In fact, so Chelsea problem no more. No. The players and the coaches are just victims of circumstance. Oma Beshe Tima, they are overly excited when new manager comes in. They feel so winning. But this time, no, the owners are changing from. And Yema Chelsea is successful. Even from coaching new players, even the hierarchy is wrong. Yes, I want so much maturity. Yes, you imagine said the Abramovich person or you be yeah. To be tall, so do Tomo players. Almost the Penketwani at TTI. It's the Biana Mekase. So the success story of football teams. First point I was always trying to say, one a president. When I president of that club or chairman of that club, so a good anymore. The likelihood say club and the best of TD. You can't Michael Edwards. I didn't know about Liverpool fans and Yaji. Because in himself, you know, and now you call PSG. Story ni be different. Because Atletico Madrid, check their president. Check the Real Madrid president there. Why? It's Chelsea fans didn't command in Kuya. We Abramovich or I don't know revisit Abramovich. Abramovich, you know, will be. So what I say. So Jackson, I think say in a moment of madness, it happens. The oil and the AC, but he's been the scapegoat, and this Chelsea team, you know, they are victim of circumstance of Chelsea's success, and one of the be the measure. But the abilities of these players, you know, they will need a winning coach to say Hansi Flick type. Say they be obetimi. I want to and your qualities be a players. You know, the best out of them. Yes, but Maresca now, I feel that you know, all by polishing the art. No, the only guy who coach 5 years, I want to play 100 million. No? He's here to win the Premier League for them. So Chelsea fans need about 3. A lot has changed our Chelsea. It is a Jackson about 15 goals in a season. Now, person here drop at the end. One, he's not casting the mode of dropper. Onye Diego Costa. One day. So Onye Shevchenko discussion about. So we know about the number of goals Didier Drogba scored season after season. The total number of goals. We will have a proper discussion about that. Just by said Drogba, Edgy go can maybe
and there were clutch goals. It gives him that particular respect. But when you are dealing with the numbers, what I say, but when you are dealing the numbers, no, a man Salah and Haaland, Mokra, and Mama, but you respected and pushed. Where I could have Munyabutre. Good. South America for no Ombeshi Europe for Nessa.
Omogo
Musa. And you be asked Europe for Nadi. The weather in the first place.
Yes, you coach you can.
Europe for no other I feel no more adjusted to a lot of
not one coach in the kind.
But I think the second thing they are doing right in here said there's a certain level of aggression and passion beyond the tournament. Europe for no wants to find an excuse. He said this is not a major tournament, a preseason or boboa.
Okay.
Obi heba menek na ni abre
obopa
eno he olisi ye twane na na ogina ho
ni abre obopa
kisi koma ye won to nten na obo. This class wants to treat it as preseason due to their bad form omo nya de the other day being one more criticize this tournament we they want everything to go within ade o money pay
and call their in their favor
you go Capo who dem we kata for no yeah mobo wa ha ye say wa ha. When it is not going into their favor, every sort of reason be almost person the Bible thing. But the truth of the matter is, Bono also do top 11.
I'm fan chronicle boy.
From one of the 23 about tournament we.
Scout
and besides, all the $10 million na good bottom no. Yeah. Oh, catcher our supporters now preseason men $10 million. Preseason bepa they $10 million. Wait to say the yaka be 4 matches above. Now say we kwa na do no 60 class so host caso e de be ma.
Different.
Now na one ka say preseason to mo ye for me from mission.
Okay no.
That is okay. O say preseason ah. My players ni nwa ho me. O say oh FIFA we've pulled out. Ye for me from here dey. E mission.
Okay no hu say more den.
Wa ko na afi na mu adin wusu. These South Americans, they've meant it. Omo believe say this is the moment to showcase the world. Say omo she baby, something needs to come out of them. And then but Frago na top in the group, Flamingo na top in the group. Fluminense bobebo. Then you see whatever will continue from there. I think I'm enjoying this tournament. Omo kra ma mania the tournament no change Europeans no.
Yeah, omo ma na effect.
Share the fan base.
Yeah.
Share the quality of football. Yeah. Felipe Luis is a 39-year-old. Yeah. And I have no mobile. Expressing themselves. Proper Brazilian jingle type of football. No need for a lot of controlled football. Say controlled is as a robot. We are enjoying fast, fluid, individual talents at this particular competition. They are giving it to us. Bayern Munich my results. Paris Saint-Germain last game no ni blow on the ball. Preseason send any baby. I think the competition is giving us whatever we are expecting to see. Obekaya sana Champions League ne sha say na Slovan Bratislava mo bobobi. Teams be Salzburg mo ko tena say bi mo ko hye man for na Europe for na sha say oh UEFA crowd no ama tournament ne say baby no mo nya dey as at that time. Edru mra o mo ni bedu round of 16 na no mo game bebre that na tournament ne correct. Let's just remember Champions League ya be sha say adodo na begu mo nketenkete no o mo ka che say UEFA force e ball no. But after see tete o mo ntem o mo ni bedi ba bi o wo so betimi age no. Afi no masha say oh competition here. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm telling you they are failing. That is why they are giving these reasons. Omo level near omo they underrated the rest of the class. Ano omo mo ba no. E so mo trim say football is all about Europe. We mo dey be born be brave ya na be so. Ana atese omo so say atese.
Nketo ani chia kese no.
But the men will be separated from the boys definitely from the round of 16. Okay. And when you be 2 minutes pa. Okay. It end they do on ma. We enjoy it more.
Chelsea for Darcy, PSG for Darcy. Yeah, more buy Munchina Basso, buying 4 year Juma, Mudu Umbezomo Boji, and Ibro Mudia Remno, and easy cry. And Chiabe Malone Sundance, so a bomb or de Omone Esperance for Nuswenra, na in Yezomene Los Angeles, na Omo Bombo de Papa Timisena. I don't know any easy cry. Na Steve Bray, na every room kake, na yen shed the no so echo. Unko free Africa experience for Yero Mopa and Rana performance. Na very super performance. Yeah, so you see be live. It's too much, yeah. too much.
You see, it was after the first game, a new man, you know. there was every cause for them to outperform themselves and try to get a win or competition because so far Masandawana and Etimienya win for Africa, which we are all hoping Senkat Alali and they be leading the charge. So positive. And then so you have Sundowns game against Borussia Dortmund. Now Capo, me pese me focus kakra ekoso the battle between the Southern American and NASA America versus Europe. You see, there's no doubt the hub of football is Europe. Now the many stories of football in Yinano are written on the continent of Europe. And they define who is the greatest, who is the minnow. But your talent pool and quality say 80 players are mainstream Europe abe make it name there. The continent of South America and also America in general, they be a produce be. But also competition boya. Based on the winners of this competition, you can then say the FIFA Club World Cup is solely made for Europe and then South America because oba check past winners obenya Nacional, Flamingo, obenya a host of Brazilian clubs at omafa competition. Ode omoto nche you get the European contingent almost so apeke the trophy. So the battle between the two natures they are the continent itimi winning competition. African Fabi, Asia for and Fabi. Good. But when I open up a bit because the scope I invite more of the Southern American teams, Abem. Unlike say previously, they will start somewhere and the Europeans will join midway. Winning here, we are starting from scratch, and they are all giving themselves a chase for the competition. And no, Mike can't be bad. I think Semin the Bayadrin say about the right time for the Southern American teams, because Omo League, air coso, and they've entered I think with 12 or so. So a chess players, the competitive edge, I was through. That said, I feel the quality are possessing on field, Every more cry, I was through, especially all the Chelsea test case. I was through cratching Chelsea. Team no bono. You can notice that an observer as a pure quality, the desire to fight and challenge for every ball for Flamingo team or Chelsea boy. So any continent yeni beko eyeballs and beko kesiye. But whenever a player from that continent at the hub of football, which is Europe now, yeni enjoy where he's coming from. Sure. Now the platform now be bigger and they are just showcasing what they are made of. Now say almost Anton plays cheap because Estival no crow about Chelsea in the region of 65 million euros. Yeah. So, tapping into other qualities from other countries, Brazil, they have that quality. Good. Libertadores, watch check the last winners. Palmeiras, Munina, RGB recent year, Flamingo. So the Brazilian teams are actually performing very well. That is why all the time they are going to that continent in recent years, picking out the outstanding players. So Chelsea game before the game, I told most Chelsea fans it was going to be a very difficult game. We be a real test for Chelsea, and if Chelsea beat him standing the test of Flamingo, it means they are working something. But unfortunately, Omo and Timmy and survive. Omo lose it 3-1. Very disappointing. But I feel they are meeting a good side. Omoba competition at the right time. Flower and Vets. Eventually, Abe official. Yeah. You see, if quality be and our talent be not guided by your parents, it means that you are closer to success more than failure. Because Flower Vets need free a family of people that are so much into sports, especially football. Yeah. And today we are about Penny Julian and also ball football for Werder Bremen. And from the infant age, the formative years, guided by Nepapana to FC Köln to Leverkusen. Now the skill set are Branteway Ekitano unlocking defensive holes. There, I was 3 years. But such players, tactically, you can't put a handcuff on them, which I don't expect. And a slot sell obey idea.
Okay.
Because such players, no, you don't easily find them. They have something different. But at the end of Liverpool Championship, now I say they are so much obsessed with getting players fixing here and there. Liverpool team, you know, and your team in here major surgery. So other clubs are. Why would the parent decide on Liverpool? And the reason me say is simple.
Okay.
Now to choose Bayern Munich, you know, you can't trust Vincent Company. Said the next phase of Florian Wirtz, you know, bet me Amanabaso because of a rookie.
Yeah.
For Real Madrid, the coach is moving into a team solely Galacticos.
Yeah.
They will perform in a way certain names be they should start ahead of Nkrofobi for commercial purposes. Say Manchester City now person okwa. Manchester City a club. O share Pep Guardiola signings are why lately. Typical of the signing but Matheus Nunes publicly because he's not cut for a Juma or person than a year.
Correct.
The father would not want the son not to be subjected to such comments. Until he will not decide for Manchester City. But Liverpool provided a healthy environment for him to make it to the next level. And I said, who players be about Liverpool recent years are improving. So much like the flavor of the lives yet. But he is the engine of Liverpool in terms of the energy levels.
Yeah.
Now players free Germany about Liverpool recent years results not saying. Joel Matip was a success. Emre Can has been a success.
Sure.
Oshe Abrantia na friends Zobos la meba ni din. Onye failure.
Even
Wataro Endo. Onye starter. But he's Mr. Reliable and efficient.
Yeah.
Anytime I opportunity to play, you see say he is performing.
Yeah.
So players are above from Germany, they have fertile grounds. So meet me a thriving in Omu game, Then you go back and check the big money moves at Liverpool, which is Alisson Becker, Virgil van Dijk, now I share Nunes, now I share Zoboslai.
Okay.
But for Nunes, on the end of the say, on one Casano born, no make it to the next step, Most of these big money buys are flourishing at Liverpool. And Liverpool near club here a lot of surgery. Team no order that. So what your more signings are areas a Liverpool here will be and no more to Marshall. But this gentleman presents a different dimension to Liverpool's attack. Liverpool team now a bit rigid in a way. There are certain games you will need somebody with that fluidity in the game. I bet me open up the tightness of defense. That has been teams that Liverpool always struggle against, especially during the time of Klopp. Anytime Liverpool be share teams with low block, a difficult. Either Liverpool about draw and I say we just lose the game.
Yeah.
But he is welcome. Now the big money move and in Germany, he is coming as one of the players in the last 2 seasons were ending up as the best player in the Bundesliga. So Liverpool is signing a best player, but he will be put to test in the Premier League. And on Kwana mentioned Florian Wirtz as early as what Johnny Liverpool he can live up to. But the club now, he's guaranteed success in terms of on one game, because the records are there to show. Say, Omo recent years, and your flop. And your flop cry at Liverpool. So Florian Wirtz, welcome, and the Premier League, and you're a star.
Yeah.
DB before Froba, KDB. So you need somebody. Or still be maintaining the headlines Premier League, and globally. So. Wirtz will do the job under Ancelotti.
Okay, thank you. Me that say Steven Boadino no Liverpool. You be share next season no na you start here who say Florian Wirtz no be fa and say afawie say the ogbo GDA. Okay, about time. Look, on those BBI fine. Say has why. Serious recruitment. Coaching ever playing body baby now Fifi Parker Hansen no Benyaba okay
okay has adwuma ebe kotoko adwuma kakra
okay
na machire die ntia bibia ni Gold Stars omuji league no Gold Stars astati ya die bi mame mo penye fe na kwesi edu abaso wa stati ya die bi na sadie no se teams I wo Ghana ebe start ayebia ebe bom
sa
o ye ka Gold Stars dey ma me fam firu ano ne right we shall for yama yetie fo nyina akwa ba biem famra Wontumi 101.3 ana fe Wontumi television se afena mo join a we no Wontumi sports ana adesian so to dabro Saturday's edition na ye show se e dey free Gold Stars o makache na uko Gold Stars a Capo and some na make Kenya se obeka last season and also last 2 seasons na Gold Stars all players beat say Abednego Tete Ibrahim La Ali Huzaif Mauli Wayo Samuel Amufa Yaya Adramani Prince Kwabena Wusu Richmond Opokumanu Empem Da Costa goalkeeper Kalala ana goalkeeper Joseph Ba se sa players we nyina unwoma na omu players a omo boli gnache ewe experience a no mu hwe ni sa yede ekọ nanim kakra as good emo na say Gold Stars emo mu nyina yede ekoye
okay
Gold Stars emo mu koye no ono mu kofa Emmanuel Kuti Michael Nkwa Atakumi Emmanuel Kobi Abdul Farouk Bright Tre ana fe Gideon Anaba edibae some players amubo mu di se sie obi anua of fall within 27 years
okay
so what in common as obi anua of fall within 27 years Gold Stars from penny for say nei we obi now what 30 years 28 years 27 years acha we would be exceptional adia sunkubi na ade beba nyesa pa dia to adwim
okay
ti so bobo okọ doma akọ boy okọ abrochie nwa bobo okumase ana nkofo bi su ko Gold Stars ya uhwe uvie no na wa hu se sansem na na mabonte no ade beti ama na sesa exceptional wo de ba beka team no say almost strategy omode top players no
okay
na Gold Stars no say American master na mewuram kakra
okay
mi wuram no omo di komo bebre Gold Stars di komo en komo Gold Stars edi no say you catch us players so mesi obenten enia ebe onwa omo so nyina ye unknown names a e wo Ghana Premier League nim ye form enya bibia e Ghana Premier League nim
ana mkoto
ana mudi won komo enu no mu ya bo amono because no be any matakumi na unim no kra unim ni zade o ko Gold Stars kwaje league no hunu no nti atakumi mu nkofo ni bi no mo do mo ba now ye kan say no so Gold Stars se sia me no kasai defender bi u temenka o manager emra ko ba no so ye fe no konto amibodi no konto ba bo Gold Stars
konto
Gold Stars
o tsiaka we
obo Gold Stars the come be crow siaka na enkofo boko obo Gold Stars na woni a branch friend Kamara no Gold Stars Kamara
yeah
darling boy onu no come on dey start enya no so siaka cho so oba kotoko ni come on start enya ne ani to onu so be nya aba kotoko no aba bebo
Kamara beba
yes obeba away from Gold Stars yanko House of Folk unsamba be story nenra se ewie be nkokosi na nwumre de ne nsakire aba watare bebo nasi tu amanako
ambara ka watara
ai
no muso mu ya ni technical director
nya nukure enya nukure lete bia pia bonten na lete na pia bonten konfo ne so fofo ne nya adwen but before se lete ne be ko lete ni mamini kan confirm we opariado ya ni di nkomo na Capo se ye no opariado di nkomo no opariado echirem e de kire say the change of technical team no o man sachirae sachira ba osoro enti say technical team ni de sachirae eno so etu yentie sama opariado edutuja
Well, the change we have made on the technical team is that now Mr. Ouattara is no longer the head of the technical team. That position has been taken by Coach Masoud Dramani. Obienim what he stands for, Obienim his pedigree, Obienim his experience and his expertise. Obienim what he's been able to do in football as well. So that is a major change in the technical team. If going forward, if that change should be from bar, and say any other appointment are made in whichever department, everybody gets to know about it.
Yes, I know I Kwame Parado na owie no and you besides yatete say Kamara be kwa technical director Kamara be say Ouattara be kwa technical director obeye papa na no so say enwo asem etesen say Ouattara no mo ye ne den and also in the coming hours there ombo communicate e dey achiro bia we dey entie somebody tuja.
What I can say is that in a couple of hours from now, near relationship work between Accra Hasselhoff and Mr. Ouattara, the club will make it very clear so that our supporters will get to know. The same way as we made it very clear that now Mr. Dramani is the head coach, we also made it very clear the relationship between Accra Hasselhoff and Mr. Ouattara as well.
Yes, nessa no answer to me kakra wapanya fa no Kwame Oparado edutuja na ni wi ania bisa se chama na yatete tidin bebre se omo na ba backroom staff ediama coach Didi Dramani enwo asem etesen
Didi is the head of the technical based on no other recommendations. Bia yam funny pessimis and mechano emphasis in obinting and mechano na M1 no on to me achieving your opposite or achieve what you know. Why not or make his recommendation and one say be defended or he will justify why he thinks that the person is in the team about Buano to do A or B or something before I take it from there. Now Yanisa Nipa so edit home come so that we'll be able to get that individual to help him in whatever capacity that Mr. Didi believes that he will be able to help.
And no answer to your branch and the answer to Kwame Oparado and the some answer team by Yengramu. Our Sante Koto Konyenin Komo, our Krobia Sante Koto Kakra, a branch of an Albert Amwa. Yes, champion striker. This season, our league in my 12 goals. Now, a branch need you come in the 12 goals now, or say, no, Naniaso, Nania just season, or Timina 12 goals. Adama Asante Kotoko Ana.
Even though when I target saying can share more than that, but me as the supporters and players and so my boy me meet me as out of goals just don't need me ready. Sana oka se na target no here.
Sasa no tuja na yani Albert edi komanya bi sanse one Kwame Poku no ana omobo as strikers Edma Kotoko play with Kwame Poku no Albert say ana tie Kwame ensembe ana ade say Kwame Poku ayana okachiro
oye me senior player because abo Kotoko then was abo different platform so when you boy you have to learn things how to position yourself and those things so when you boy we coach you we catch you say unya bola yembo because when I'm in bottom bibia nko ye yanko shegu echire ya make say any ai any an goes so well mention maybe on how to be say somehow so be selfish so bit me goes but sometimes you say creating your man at but on the beach say I don't know the day so we should go so where your debut see
Albert in somebody to Jaffa Kwame Poku na Albert na oba Kotoko o ka so nye trophy da what menya trophy and some etimaje a Kotoko for first trophy a oje a Kotoko no say ana ohun ye na sekra na sifa no yentie sama Albert dituja
so Mrs. na me bono de we na minya nti me nje bi say finally meet me and me first trophy na me look for the move for the bit me add more to it nti me nje bi say meet me and first trophy
The Sansom no, and as Okokotu Jana Victor Odro, one of our former player Edma Dream Service reporter, Minsos Etwa Cancer Victor Odro, our band medical, Edama Sante, Kotokobobo, and Shokona, Yadon Sempi, and us 80 Damia for Muche Wontumi 101.3. Now, young Roma did Comosano, young Frontier for Tatima 11 Wonders, the Show Boys, Womo Ansonia, but Premier League anymore, Bibum Besiaka, Ayabibia, na Sesia Menoka say, Ohinamia Stadium Yatum. Na yɛne siwa yɛfa no Steve edi nkɔmɔ ɛne ebisa ne sɛ ɔhena me ya no sɛ daban ana Stevo mo yɛ wɔ adwuma amantoto no so ɛtɔ kama na Stevo ɛnso ɛkyerɛ mu sei ɛde kyerɛ
Now I qualify for Premier League. There are a lot of renovation work that have to be done, and then the pitch needs an upgrade. And currently, after qualification, your catch celebration very short, just to focus our mind on your friends. And normal, I have my club license and for number to me approve your pitch near training grants. Bidia I require for from the club license. I have my acquire to me, and I have my license. I'm a kind of I'm your pie, and I say what. I know what the man and I think so far so good. You're to an more so positive. I can confidently tell you so officially. I remember starting the on non-stop hour on I'm your packer. Yeah, hope is per plans and say we are hoping say ever do certain much for Ghana League that's happening. Or I'm your packer bet me ready for Premier League football.
And no answering and Sakakra Steve Editu Jananwati and maybe says head coach or the qualified about Premier League, Papa, the chance on also Enya Quenya, 80 minina Dagat and Asa Touchline and Fama Clubba. Your friend everyone the site to Dimbebre, Yawa Champo Munya to Mudisa Mopermo. Say and a Yamelco application say, and I will sound at Macadia free coaches no.
Excuse and I say, I'm a Druna and your player or no and we are still working on by the close of this week to next week, Yabenya official, Yabenya head coach, I will be the team, then now you are starting negotiation. Players, I technical team, on my recommendation to honor now, no answer, say, okay, man, on young man, and now no spare recommendation, I then we quickly put up, start pressing. Yeah, our champion is on that total one of the good coaches I will come to, and to me and play the part a champion, but unfortunately we have not engaged our champion and if there is a need. I have about 17 applications. Coaches are apply for position of head coach in teachment level, including 2 foreign coaches. Amumu and I na solid 3. I train out of 17 or more. I did almost series now, but some 3. Yes, and say you will conclude at 1. If you say only your project in your place of everything after.
Yes, and I answer to CEO Edema Football Club. Nede Tachima 11 Wonder Stevo, and I'm part of what is on the San Comoina, and also Etma Banauko, I have Bechem United. Capo also by a story, sir. Bechem United for no Omane Miracle Africa International Foundation, and after Diaspora Africa Forum, no, Omo games,
football through education through football. Education through football.
Emra and a basso. Na Emra Bass minister and so have dinner. Okay. Beyonce to go commenti. Beyonce and video ni video na that's on the Sadaka project.
Education through sports.
Through sports.
Yes. Yamo ma bass. You say I want to me for fan kodani bi boa ma.
Sure.
Come up.
Be boa ma. Bibia kama. Nti ya na makwakwa say be 15 years ni our digo came out kotoko. Obi amagidie.
Okay.
Enti e bo say we striker na wo kotoko. Usian was so usian ye. Sian ye na ono bae no. Also monitor show no.
Oh, okay.
Also monitor makwekwe Alex Asamoah. 50 years ni ode kotoko digo ke no. Obi ama VT.
Alex Asamoah.
Makwekwe obri. Ti makwe special good morning. And also etimi enko Capo. I'm first na abita phone to us.
We da see. MJM assignment vinti. Minister Vo da so tim konyam. Steven Boadi ewa ha team no so tachi ewa ha. Nemo msharak mame na me birthdays no quick one afi yamre na Steve me local num na abida for emihwe mame birthday dikan happy birthday to Priscilla Sewa Amponsa. We are secretary A1 Hospital Santasia Nyinem. Happy birthday Enko Emfa Emao. Yes, Aqua Fresh and I wish you happy birthday. Nyamisha no nyo kesi we do our day. Another ones to Mama Janet I kind was Prentice Ewa Accra. One hine champion our Bremen say or show happy birthday ne ewa woda inti we show our dapa and a day would our day. Another ones to Prince Kusi entry boss yakon and ne your birthday mama say wa ana every show birthday was say na would do our day or say was sha at the mouse nyame emi was from fencing and fanemum or say or message or demand or say I always sleep better when you are at the gate. It only gets better with God on our side. Happy birthday, soldier. I love you. And no, yeah, I did you now, mammy say, was so happy. Happy birthday, soldier. Now we shall pa. Whoa, mammy for last one, Rimra. Now, Yantuasu, happy birthday to Erama Akufu Ado. Erama Akufu Ado. And your birthday from Akomea Messiah, little sister. Messiah, enche akwentase kan wajiana na afina obejie. You na you said what to be our baby yako oze sekano ye down Rama ene ya wa ode na mi sure na onyo kesi ya mo awoda pa ene edei we meza ni tim nyina sekano di atobi gu aka bebi e de be fa still okay obi ho ana sekano to be cry na butru to be Don't be why. Still, what to be a bit more good job. What to baby had a mammy crab, young call. Well, Capo, many of the stories are about and go. Most especially House of Folk issue, no, and may only concern with Nehemiah from Enra ABC and Neno. Is something that I find very disrespecting. Okay. I don't understand why the club will release official statement indicating that somebody else, appointing as the new head coach on a 2-year deal without reference to the state of the current coach, because me know what Bibia my say Watara yejano kwan. So what they make an say. House of and communicating ma obia say Watara no majano kwan. And no ma indicate e wo mu release him say he's taking up this position or he's been relieved of the position as the head coach. Okay. So who are head coach now so as appointed head coach? That is something I don't understand. Nimzo parado chichibu. Oh, parado nchichi muno on kashi the ochichi in one kashi. Speculation I had about the backroom staff who becomes the next assistant coach and then all can was him. But all referencing release now more na so one shima. Unse mostly they happen say Coach Didi Dramani takes up the seat as the head coach of House of Folk, effective immediately. Whilst the current coach, which is Watara, now has been relieved of Nejuma Oye. But the more the two idea, a coach in the credentials and no market. So Obi our friend Nejuma that all they do for a season and a half there. I think now we deserve a little bit of respect. I was releasing. Love old Susan Oman yes. Because SN can only crab. Yes, House of Folk, I will every right to sack whoever they want to sack. Two party ways are. Yes, because Omo announcing the one who was there, Omo announcing say he's being relieved of the job. Now who is coming in the next person? Watara. So Watara Ghana for him has fans in him say or he has a coach, me dear me woman reservation about the coach. Send the modern money our family, which most fans can. Okay. But I don't interest the modern more femininity is a who jano kwaya. Show respect by saying say mutually club in a party ways and therefore coach Didi Dramani and they take it over as the new head coach.
But the appointment of Coach Didi Dramani, he's the sort of coach I also Olidi has a focus. Many of them are 100%.
Didi, no?
Yes. You see, all the big clubs I see, Ghana Hano. All the time, I have not made elite managers to lead them.
Okay.
But has Omo toss with Omo shadanya upgrade on the Umbeja and Ho Ama Koopman Bai. Clearly, he wasn't an upgrade. I was some body. O free horn or coffee for Bimubeshi Shemua and Sana finally almost settle on Ouattara.
Yeah.
Ouattara's appointment maker say, Obi a free coach in Moache, I serving the capacity as technical director. And yet the same as being the coach. Because the day-to-day activity no, are entirely different on field. No?
Yeah.
And then Omakofa Ouattara Aba. Now, the name of the man is a celebrated Ghanaian coach, 2-time Premier League winner. Our GFA Cup account.
Yeah.
He's worked as assistant coach for the Blasters. The local team you are here, and Nabodi or is accredited CAF instructors stroke assessor. Those are the credentials I was a house of Fukajuma. So the two elite clubs in Ghana, here elite managers. Now the elite manager of Bemuno, Didi Dramani. At the end of Didi Dramani, on House of Folks coaching next to win for them.
Okay.
To build a team capable of competing. Nenye team they will wait till the last game of the season. No be akokata neni ansana omanya safety eka Ghana League no. That is the standard of House of Folk in the last 2 seasons. Wins are when you are kotokono. I don't know here House of Folk supporters. Ni omo here ye there some obodi be no who taking it to a step further. That's what has fans no. And he's a good coach.
No mbeja Masu Didi Dramani amanaya adwuma.
Omo njana coach send me nim say principal he will leave the job before omo
has one so ya na nsem bi wo a yetete wa akiri se okwa yonkofo bi onoma se player transfer kro mo be make sure so be rerem Sam Obodu was good coach because all do mo we need titles but do baby na say nkofo bi man nya comfortable grounds.
I think last month mo play ni or metene audio bi wo baby I feel say for the sake of the club no ntino ono ankasa train no.
Yeah.
Coach Didi Dramani, if you try to crisscross him, I can bet you today or by resigning.
Okay.
So mo pe team nkanko no means a coach Didi Dramani the right man there. Obi amfa the interest in shechiri. No mo coach in adwuma. Because House of Folk and Kotoko, they are always supposed to be led by an experienced elite manager. So has here elite manager.
Okay.
And Omanya Didi Dramani. And I feel say the right appointment. Names na yet to say Baba supporting in India. Omunyana who kakra about them. Their managers are omo yadie. If you manya stints with Kotoko, if you monso akofifa baby but the responsibility no say appointed coach. Dia why that than dia ya na here dia wafa odwuma no. Dia wafa o se be ye no.
Eno na.
Eno na here. Into the okika can be would you bet me manage or discuss no. But presently, near ye 2 hour for no services na a person will render no. And who results in you being here.
Okay.
So a big opportunity for whoever or team no. But it comes with huge responsibility. Because has no in the last few years a honey yet stable sir.
Good. Me bese o hwe we mame on Ouattara the case rating adwuma obey a few years you be deal has ya season ya obe rate Ouattara saying
out of say
and be a tenor.
The mean all inclusive. The communication skill.
Okay.
The tactical skills, the football knowledge, and the BBR. I think say Mama Ouattara maybe a 3.5 3.54 out of 10.
Me a remote tofu.
What's that?
Remote tofu.
My man at 3.5. You see, has a rat tofu and a celebration. Me, I always want to be surrounded by people they think enough is never enough for them. Mediocre minds.
Okay.
People that will challenge themselves. Yeah, the old teams okay, but he's still fighting with himself.
Sure.
Those are the kind of people I want to relate with. At House of Folk, you can't celebrate top 4. So what I say. So Uji League in the crown and drew 70-point mark. Now you have the right to celebrate because Waji. But based on Haas on any state channel, and it's your team net as a coach in your closet, you don't have to be happy. So what I say. Now you look at players that will improve womo. Send what me improve womo. Before Hamza Isa Ejinidin, this season what's in the player burner throughout the season, apart from coach in the enemy for credit in my House of Folk, because at Olympics or no more core relegation, he was doing what he did for House of Folk.
Sure.
Just that Haas not a big team, and now man recognition at the national team. Yes, that's Benjamin Asare in America. Yeah. So I wouldn't give that credit because throughout the season he has been the consistent performer for House of Folk. But the only main credit to Ouattara. Because he was doing that at the Olympics, 16 clean sheets.
But he was
the best goalkeeper before Oba House of Folk. It's the oil and one way.
But Ouattara may be Huna friend in national team.
And you Ouattara na me House of Folk Carlos ni dino and I'm here Huno.
To you Ouattara free success of Benjamin Asare Nyayim.
Yes, Sebianka Yimubai Wayoni other boys here. Collins in mobile. Yeah. No, about to the level of football boy, then you give credit to it. All inclusive until I'm about 3.5.
Asamoah Boateng.
Wana
Asamoah.
Striker no be fan.
Who were disappointed Ouattara? Who said the okay?
Omu nyina disappointed omo. You see, big clubs, no, there are certain level of players I was about big clubs.
Okay.
Play bia, to bia ne nkata so. And into player be betting me a share sorry to say, Mammy and for me team became. If you goes, but to then back to grow team member.
Okay.
And Chelsea was a levels. So what I say, Obian in a level.
Okay.
And into the new team can be were proving there. Proving it just say, club now work on expectation crazy. It doesn't make sense.
Wow.
Your team be or show now 12 goals. Jassy, so called Villarreal na 15 goals here. Officials and Villarreal fans Bekasa. But Chelsea demands ni crazy. So play a piano in a level. Into Samoa ya there with nations, but nations in a level on a House of Folk.
Okay.
Has a level no was so. Into Ouattara the end. The communication, the only media, the responses. Coach Otimika say player 2.2 billion. Now you 5 saying, which means on one case on minute Jumana or no. So he was more of a political ad hoc management member than a coach.
Favor, baby.
Yes. So Ouattara there, ni rate no me man saying 3.5. Oda mami 5 na manya ne 3. Waka ka me no ma be bring 3 out of 10. And I dey be ma Ouattara because men who player or consistent throughout the season under him. The only one na ya witness before.
Okay.
So wuntimi mfa ne nyina emfa.
So my player be stand out on the 10 one.
Bo bi kire me bia metie na me refi. Mbeti makai me.
Me ami hu bi.
Player be.
Me who be has team no here no coach Max Udaba Didi be adwuma improvement no here na areas be na ogidi say ordinary kwo a e betimi aboa na pa we Ouattara team ya wa ya to ya Max be ya
who say back in the 2000s now she has a team na obo yeah wingers no na midfielders ni gi omudin pa but say no e bi ni hosa
yeah
yeah inti also players are more that strong mentality.
Okay.
And we are very effective. I'm more form and saying there. With time, you're okay. So what I say, for a player to get a chance playing for us, for a chance why you be and a house in but what do stage I was see a polish and a crack. See, you may honor the striking force. Typical wingers are not has did you mudin. I'll go back in the day of Bobby. Schemers in your team nim and distractors in soon nim. Inti omube here sad any be coach Wajuma. But I feel saying the level only at the credentials are body or much good crater and so chese and your Juma say a Bruno so he can do it.
A proven coach.
Yes, but the Juma be far over credentials, no, but you have to outwork yourself.
Yeah, but you might be brave.
And Sana, what me as succeed. So me wish coach very well at House of Folk. Me dear, personally, me kotokona me I can never support House of Folk, but I will always respect House of Folk.
Okay.
Because a big team. Oyi kotokona free, I will always respect House of Folk. And me pesa has enya sa maintaining that stature. Because they maybe with sharp tips here or my banner saying omoji baku mi no no mo ye eniamo. Into they should be careful. Okay. So say has a peja no ne kotoko de bi omo compete a nketwa be da kakra enko ba say has a co venue bi no mo go intimidate has so what I say ni nyina ye standards no if you keep it the standard we keep winning. I think say sa na o mani nyina betime akete no but yeah the right appointment has here sa coach no. That's the level of coach omo here.
Wow. The branding aspect of the club. Them say Ouattara on you post match in the pre-match. You fan a pre-match and a club ni day. We now Ouattara video be a babontina. We sound be near day. Club official member media side you know. Coach you know na say we instructed for clear and as a proper pre-match and I say management and I say the betna the bekase betna o ye bia no utimi betna o
that be the media
say Masudu so hwe oni ye pa.
You see the media team no you just can't allow coaches to do whatever they want. Most of the times na coaches no person control bibia but where you know see baby
limit no
before one club no want a brand to protect.
Okay.
I also portray in a certain light.
Yeah.
Into who media now also ensures a coach when you're Qatari and also share. When I'm Bebusa, this is what I expect from you. This is how you are supposed to handle, even after matches. So I don't know yet. One thing I also emotion when you baby asa now better me person ya no waha.
Yeah.
I was a club no management so support to the media team. You hear way no there because and I know. A movie from that time and if will be radio soon. Even though out on a sanctioned by club na near says ocean you know I was say yeah where serving share the good don't be because you are not there on your own. You are there as House of Folk coach. Oko cry because a former no cry na the assembly could someone be as a former or dear former no near than the current club on an idea man. So idea senior observe you know moving on. I think the next season things will improve or that aspect because they say upe I also will leave it the current lifestyle of the media are changing from the old ways now to me and it was one of the failures of the flaws of coach your friends Ouattara but you need to coach them and you're on senior bar the shadow feels say you're okay and also agree anyway Albert Amuaka say he's not satisfied despite 12 goals for Kotoko.
Yeah.
That's a strong mentality, a strong statement from him. And what Provy said this season, now he was in for a real deal. If not for injury, I don't know, close to 3 months or so. And Osha Nyoma Kotoko achieve, especially in the FA Cup, he had a hand in it. Goals Wontumi share in the semi-final, even in the league, to score 12 goals after out for 3 months. That is remarkable. The lady ended is saying 15. That is just 3 goals.
Difference,
no? No also admit to say there were matches be on one or chances be. So the ceiling na kasana I want to what did measure to a certain level in fact because what prove say you will be or person or achieve beyond the crowd set the target I will set yamano. And when you a fantastic first season at Kotoko.
Okay.
Yeah, also bit me a build it on the first season because Kotoko the expectation like any other big club
very high
endless expectation and no more but on one so to me now improve here rewards no ba mano there could be blasters call up especially when the World Cup is around the corner. There could be other deals beba onosu betimi enya to improve him. He is one of those strikers Alba in the form of Kojopo Kumola, you see, Indiamo type, he's building himself into that. But that said, I feel still, or Juma can say,
okay.
Personally, also a discipline. No, I try areas are the flaws, no polishing the arts, no coaching idea, or maybe team training. But the individual training and the individual Nyomana players, and they set to more aside from the lot.
Okay.
So he is a very fantastic footballer, but there's a lot for him to do in the upcoming season, especially when Kotoko any other chance to feature once again in the interclub competition, Confederation Cup. A lot will be expected of him. Say also team performing to levels. Kotoko fans and sending Omo hailing in the first season. The expectation will be double for next season.
Stephen Boadi, Steve Medasi, say minya message be ewaha kina minche we Ajiman Prempe Jason say Capo, I like Steve so much as I like listening to his analysis. Also be menya number na no what to trim Ajiman Prempe message or day abano Newton na obizo a rapper na onimnum topa wato no mama eti ebe ne dey Jara Ness Papa B Said. I was I'm a good rapper, but I also like your sports. I have a song for your sports crew, okay? You know what can say? What they have for brand? I'm in TV because I'm a music man. TV me TV name dawa, and I knew
no, I am there.
Aha, indeed. Say emuya me who say emuye.
Enyum there wa.
Papa be no watch me ana.
No, you
This oba na me assess na good idea be.
Yeah.
Brian she why?
Oh, that be man date no fa.
They debut to me by. I say debut o adwuma nti on debut to me by.
We so twa me na para di nanim kan.
Obi aye dey.
I bu ko di ni nanim kan yo bra.
Anti onya in terms of what the can all dey ahye dem na obi die ba na pia obeka achi. I say ideas no. So what plan what yes and me will be a dabontin and one kind of yes wani why champion rapper but emu yen so be an my future or me we be so na yahudi be
and my fan want to
okay
and my fan want to
HD now
kwa kosia so na hode my fan want to
we Cosmos also you call baby and Cosmos guy be free Billionaires TV na
oh yeah Cosmos yes
Wontumi was serious eba one eba two jama wo mu no Cosmos friend the sports president ho
president
oh yes ho nti won na bie mu say etena sese ya wo mu tum wo wi oso
odo bie mu ho
nti etena won na say me kase oti afidi echi wo wi oso was it light born ani kra manfo be rust studio buza hey ateko
masa
mo fan tum T serious for Billionaires TV na fi Wontumi ewo yo so Cosmos ni team ni nyina encha mo na day and attack de nso yencha wo mu Dawson chairman
Western North
yes
NDC regional chairman no
okay
the boss no also no feel show we but James Pomo ho the chairman Jerry
easy crowd
Jerry baby obi a team ni chair no paper
encha wo mu mama nkwa na me ne akosua ntwetwe nkomo obo nkomo pa nkomo de
ti awanom na nim ho no
enye sa Yeni why fit
na ohiani a woni kokoa wo kwaji obi ka party wo mu na enye odi an watri na ni se de e yo no ane dia cheze ya 7 no
sa
na no be chese de na konkomu a ase loto kias no wo agentia mesu mesu ba ya biti anom na wa be Jesus so anu so ehwe brebre
menfino right wa ba bi shana ze be
Asaba be dia ya yisa.
Oh, ye ni go doctor amuzo ye die.
Anene ho ye pa.